This game is brought to you by State Farm. For all your family insurance needs, life, health, home, and auto, see the State Farm agent nearest you. By Toya Stove. Go with the best. Toya Stove, the #1 manufacturer of kerosene heaters in the world. Telephone. We're online with the future. By TWA, the #1 airline to Europe. TWA flies nonstop to more cities in Europe from the U.S. than any other airline. By Grandpa Pigeons, the one discount store that's still a discount store. And by Toyota, for America's #1 selling import cars and trucks for sensational service and genuine parts. Nobody else, dollar for dollar, stands any taller than your Missouri Toyota dealers.
And hello again, everybody. I'm Mike Bush, and welcome to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City on a beautiful, make that gorgeous afternoon for football here in the Middle West. And what a terrific game we have in store for you. The St. Louis Sumner Bulldogs, 12-1 on the year, against the Jefferson City Jays, 11-2. Joining me on this afternoon's broadcast is Zip Rzepa, the sports director of KTVI Television in St. Louis, and Jack Jones, the head coach of Webster Groves High School in St. Louis. Jack, of course, was the first coach to coach a Show Me Bowl championship at the 4A level. And Jack, when you talk about Sumner and you talk about Jefferson City, you're talking about two very explosive offensive teams.
Oh, yes, you are. Sumner High School has made a tradition of offensive football, and they're renowned for their misdirect offense. And, of course, Jeff City is no stranger to the end zone. They'll move the ball very effectively.
And, Zip, what about your pregame prognosis?
Well, both these schools are from different communities, and yet the communities are the same, and they get involved with their high school football team. So we not only have team pride, school pride, we have community pride on the line today, Mike.
And it ought to be a dandy. And we'll be back with the starting lineups in just a moment. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
What do you think of when I say homeowners insurance?
High premiums.
Then you should call a State Farm agent.
I should?
State Farm's built a reputation on low rates, and chances are your State Farm agent can beat the price of your current homeowner's insurance.
I'll call.
Great service, saving you money. They're both part of a State Farm agent's job.
More than telephone service, the Southwestern Bell Network is the messenger of the information age.
Miles of this fiber optic cable will carry voice, data, and video communications between our new research facilities and Monsanto headquarters. Southwestern Bell Telephone's advanced technology today means greater potential for us tomorrow.
To put information into motion, call Southwestern Bell Telephone. We're online with the future.
We're back live at Arrowhead Stadium, the St. Louis Sumner Bulldogs against the Jefferson City Jays. And now let's go to our PA announcer, Mark Miller, for the starting lineups.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Now the starting lineups for the Class 5A state championship game. First for the visitor on the scoreboard, the Jefferson City Jays. Number 93, Scott Poole, a junior, 6'3", 210 pounds. Number 92, Mark Charlton, a senior, 6'4", 190 pounds. Number 91, a junior at 5'9", 165 pounds, Tim Beck. Number 82, Brad Binkley, a sophomore, 5'9", 140 pounds. Number 81, Jimmy Green, a senior, 5'9", 153 pounds. Number 73, Mike McLaughlin, a senior, 6 feet, 205 pounds. Number 72, junior, 6'3", 235 pounds, Bill Johnson. Number 64, Terry Walker, a senior, 6'1", 218 pounds. Number 63, Paul Taylor, a senior, 5'11", 185. Number 54, a senior, 5'10", 206, Rick Knershield. Number 34, a senior at 5'9", 183 pounds, Vic Rockers. Number 23, a junior at 5'9", 150, George Hunter. Number 11, a senior at 6 feet, 185 pounds, Steve Sampson. Number 10, a sophomore, 5'10", 165, Brad Fitzmaurice. Number 8, a sophomore at 5'10", 150 pounds, Brad Scrivener. The head coach of the Jefferson City Jays, Pete Atkins, and his assistants, Ron Cole, Dennis Licklider, Mark Thomas, Gail Jones, Tony Grosso, Kevin Allen, Steve Johnson, and Corky Allen. And now for the starting lineup, for the home team on the scoreboard, the Sumner Bulldogs. Number 89, a junior at 6'2", 289 pounds, Michael Sparks. Number 87, a senior at 5'9", 170, Gregory Dixon. Number 86, Lawrence Hill, a senior, 5'11", 175. Number 77, a junior at 5'11", 190, Ventress Anderson. Number 75, a senior at 5'11", 215, Anthony Galladay. Number 73, a junior at 6'2", 235, Darren Joyner. Number 72, Darnell Robinson, a junior at 5'9", 175. Number 71, Lamont Tolliver, a junior at 6'1", 293. Number 66, Jay Latchinson, a senior at 5'10", 160. Number 65, Richard Williams, a junior at 5'10", 235. Number 64, a senior at 5'10", 180, Kevin Marble. Number 62, a senior at 6'1", 190, Daryl Poindexter. Number 60, Frederick Lyles, a junior at 6'1", 175. Number 53, a junior at 5'10", 170, London Brown. Number 51, a senior at 6 feet, 215 pounds, Winfred Miner. Number 50, Philip Campbell, a junior, 6'1", 200. Number 43, Wesley Tolles, a junior, 5'6", 160. Number 42, Charles Nebbit, a senior, 5'7", 145. Number 40, a senior at 5'9", 155, Darrell Rush. Number 32, a junior at 5'6", 160, Wesley Cooper. Number 28, Andre Holman, a junior, 5'5", 155. Number 24, a senior at 5'8", 165, Anthony Stafford. Number 12, a junior at 5'10", 160, Sean Irons. Number 10, Ronald Pointer, a junior, 6 feet, 151. Number 9, Scotty Mitchell, a senior at 6'2", 175. Number 7, Brian Miller, a senior at 5'9", 155. And number 6, a junior at 5'11", 160, Rodney Foster.
starting lineups, and we are set. Pull up a chair, kick back your feet, because the kickoff is coming up. This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
If you're watching this commercial on an ordinary television, consider what it would look like on a 40-inch Curtis Mathis big screen, like this. And right now, you can own the best 40-inch Curtis Mathis big screen for only $25.95, our lowest price ever. Less than $80 a month with no down payment and our exclusive Curtis Mathis 4-year warranty. Offer ends soon, so hurry in today because big screens this easy to own tend to disappear.
Curtis Mathis Home Entertainment Centers with 4 locations to serve you.
Taco Bell put 40 bites in this plate of Nachos Bel Grande. Each one delicious. Each one different. And once you taste them, gotcha. With tasty pinto beans and cheddar cheese sauce. Gotcha. With seasoned ground beef and those incredible chips. Gotcha. With juicy ripe tomatoes and cool sour cream. Gotcha. Gotcha Nachos Bel Grande. One bite or another. It's just great fun. Gotcha.
Live here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and Jack Jones, let's talk a little bit about these two head coaches. Pete Atkins of the Jefferson City Jays, one of the most successful coaches in the history of Missouri high school, and Lawrence Walls, the Bulldogs head coach, his 14th year at Sumner, 114-21-5 is his record.
Well, both of them, Mike, outstanding high school football coaches, outstanding coaches. They could coach at any level. They're both greatly dedicated to their young men, who run very well-organized programs, and the fact that they're here sort of indicates the caliber which they teach. They're both great teachers of the game of football.
Any major difference between the two coaches?
Well, I think the coaches are a little different in approach. I think Pete Atkins runs a very professional operation. He's a very intent man, expects and gets an awful lot out of his players. He's a gentleman who strives for perfection. Larry Walls has all those same qualities. Probably the only difference is that he's has a little bit more of a family approach to his coaching, and so there's a great similarity, I think, in the two young coaches.
And Zip, some of the key players we're going to watch today, of course, Sumner's running back Anthony Stafford, the leading scorer, and he has a nose for the end zone.
He sure does, and gaining 1,674 yards during the year, you know, he doesn't plod along. He moves quickly, as do all the Sumner backs, who are very small in height.
They are very small. In fact, the guy who compliments Anthony Stafford is Andre Holman. He's only 5'5", 156 pounds.
Stafford, of course, only 5'8", 165, so he's no giant, but both have tremendous ability and great explosiveness.
And so we are about set to go here at Arrowhead Stadium. It'll be Sumner kicking off to the Jefferson City Jays. Sumner will be moving from our left to our right, and of course the Jays the opposite way. Number 64 is Kevin Marble. He'll be the kicker, senior, 5'10", 180 pounds. What about this Jays specialty team?
Well, I think, Mike, special teams all day are going to be the key. I think the kicking game in any game is very important, but particularly a championship game. Sumner has greatly improved their kicking game over the year as attested to that initial kickoff.
This is Brad Binkley, and he's brought down at about the 19-yard line, and that's where Jefferson City will start. 1st and 10 from the 19. Let's set the offenses for you. This will be the Jays on offense. They are in white. They are led by their quarterback, a sophomore, Brad Fitzmaurice, 5'10", 165 pounds. Scott Pools, their tight end. Bill Johnson, the left tackle. Terry Walker, who also goes on defense as their number 1 linebacker. And there's your backfield, Brad Fitzmaurice, Vic Racker, Steve Sampson, and George Hunter. Sampson is the former quarterback. Brad Fitzmaurice took over at about the 7th game of the season, and what a job he's done. Fitzmaurice calling the signals. Man in motion. They give off to Rocker straight up the middle, and he busts out over the 25 to about the 27-yard line, a gain of about 8.
Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of that middle attack today, either with a direct handoff or the counter dive. Sumner playing a 6-1 defense, put a lot of pressure on their middle linebacker, does an excellent job, but he's going to have a great deal of difficulty if he doesn't stay at home and sit in there and read that offensive pattern.
We're 2nd and 3. Fitzmaurice calling the signals. They give up the middle, and there's just nowhere to go. Rockers again the carrier, and I don't think there was any gain on that play. Let's check the defenses for the St. Louis Sumner Bulldogs. They can be tough at times. Defensive end Mike Sparks. There's Anderson, the tackle, Joyner, and Brown. Philip Campbell is their leading quarterback sack man. Wesley Toll, 6 interceptions on the year. Jay Latchetson, Darnell Robinson, and Greg Dixon, the linebackers, and there are your defensive backs. We are set. 3rd down and 1. The ball's on the 28, and the give up the middle. This is Sampson, and he breaks over the 40 to about the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jays, and they seem to be moving the ball very well.
Well, Mike, here's a great run by a converted quarterback, Mike Sampson, who converted after the 5th game to the running back position when Brad Fitzmaurice took over at quarterback. A very strong, physical kind of runner. He ran well from the quarterback position, and you can see he runs very well from tailback.
Sampson averaging 7 yards per carry, so if you give the ball to him twice, it's a 1st down. Fitzmaurice, 1st and 10. The give once again to Rockert. No, Fitzmaurice keeps, and he breaks out to about the 47-yard line. Well, it was brought down by Charles Nevin.
Great fake up the middle, but one thing we've seen already today is that Jeff City has given Sumner 5 different formations out of the wishbone. They've broken the bone. They've given him motion. They gave him the double wing with motion, and they're going to give him a lot of variety in order to set up that wishbone attack.
Now, are we going to see any passing today?
Well, I would believe that as long as Jeff City can keep the ball on the ground, they will. But Brad Fitzmaurice is an outstanding quarterback, only a sophomore. He's thrown the ball 70 times in his 5 games.
This is Sampson breaking over the 45 and into Sumner territory at about the 43-yard line.
Again, Mike, it was the 2nd man through. They ran that play effectively on 3rd and a foot for the 1st down, and they did again. Fitzmaurice putting it right in the belly of the fullback, then pulling it out and giving it to the 2nd man for good yardage. Sampson coming through once again.
Now, you're talking about 2 very good offensive teams. Sumner 4th in the state in team offense. The Jays 13th in the state. They're averaging 31 points a game. There's a look at Steve Sampson, the former quarterback, now the tailback. There's the pitch out. And he's brought down at about the 38, maybe the 37-yard line. That was George Hunter, a senior, 5'9", 150 pounds. None of these guys, Jack, are very big.
No, they're very strong. They've both clubs got great weight programs, and these young men started a year ago this time preparing for this day. Believe me, they did.
2nd and 5. The ball on the 41. Fitzmaurice calling the signals. Jimmy Green split out to the left. And it's the give to Sampson, and there he goes down to about the 21-yard line. Another 1st down for Jefferson City. He's brought down by Rodney Foster.
Well, Mike, what we're going to see here is a misdirect play, a counter dive to Sampson. It's their version of Sumner's misdirect offense, and as you can see, a tremendous hole at the off-tackle spot. Sampson almost broke the thing.
Well, Jefferson City moving the ball at will. Fitzmaurice comes back under the center. Jimmy Green is split to the left. Man in motion. And we've got a flag on the play.
Now, we've got illegal motion by the right tackle. Mike, one of the keys so far in this game has been the tremendous blocking by Scott Poole, the right offensive end of Jefferson City, 6'3", 210-pound junior. He's an exceptional football player, plays on both sides of the football, and we're, of course, yet to see him on defense, but he is an outstanding offensive blocker.
So far, the Jays have had the best in the line of scrimmage. At the end of the contest, Richard Perry, the man who coaches the defense for Sumner, told me that none of their starters were back from last year. They started the season with a whole new front 4. They played the 4-3 pro defense most of the time. He was concerned at the beginning, but they've come on very strong. So far today, they have not had the best of it.
Well, now they're sending Sampson wide left, and another flag on the play. Another flag as Philip Campbell was in a little bit too early. Now we're going to have to wait to see if there was someone who moved on the offensive line. Illegal procedure called against Sumner. And so the 5 yards that they lost, they'll get right back.
Well, Mike, we saw again another formation out of Jeff City. Now they got into a pro set. And one of the reasons they want to spread that defense out is Sumner does play man-to-man pass defense, and I think they believe they can run those corners off and stretch that defense out a little bit.
Again, they send Sampson to the left side, 2 tailbacks. Fitzmaurice, the give up the middle, and he'll get over the 20, maybe to about the 18-yard line. So it'll be second down and about 8. He was stopped by Darren Joyner. John Glover was the carrier, and he comes into the game, and now he leaves.
Mike, it's tough going in that middle against Sumner. They do a lot of slanting at the snap of the ball. They'll line up pretty basic in that Pro 4-3 defense, but they're in movement, and they're very, very quick. They give up a little size in there, but they certainly have good movement.
Fitzmaurice with a quick pass over the middle, and it's grabbed by number 92, Mark Charlton, and he gets to about the 12-yard line.
Just a beautiful jump pass. This kid, Brad Fitzmaurice, came on to start 7 games ago, and Jeff City has not lost since he became the starter at the quarterback position. Here it is, little fake, and then a jump pass, looking up and hitting his receiver beautifully, and just short of the first down.
I wonder if Fitzmaurice plays basketball. Nice little jump shot right there. So it'll be second down and 8. We'll change that. Almost a first down, and here come the sticks. I'm a little bit behind myself. And Jack, again, that was the first pass of the ball game. It looks like Jefferson likes to keep it on the ground.
Well, I think the game will dictate whether or not Jays will put the ball in the air or not. You know, as I said before, if they can continue to move the ball on the ground, you won't see many passes out of Jefferson City. They will not put that high percentage offense of theirs up in the air unless they have to.
And yet Sumner is vulnerable to the pass.
Well, I think some people think that they can be thrown on, but at the same time, Jeff City's proven that they can run the football on, too.
Fitzmaurice with the option. The pitch to Sampson. He's hit inside the 10-yard line, down at about the 8.
There was a great defensive effort out of Rodney Foster, number 6, the strong safety. He read that pitch and came right to the line of scrimmage.
4 carries and 47 yards for Steve Sampson, and what a job he has done. Now let's talk a little bit about Brad Fitzmaurice, Jack. He started the last 8 games. The Jays won 7 of those, and he is just a sophomore, but what poise.
Well, he certainly is an outstanding young quarterback. Only a sophomore playing in the championship game. He's a super-looking athlete.
Okay, Jack, we're going to be back with more action in just a moment. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
I want a more efficient kerosene heater.
I want one that's cleaner burning.
Meet the amazing Toya Stove Double Clean Heater. It makes a clean break with the pass because it has 2 heating chambers for double clean burning. A cleaner, more efficient kerosene heater from the world leader in kerosene heaters. Toya Stove. A clean break with the past. Now at these dealers.
Here's value news for car and truck shoppers. Your Toyota dealer's open house sales event is going on right now. His doors are wide open, and he's dealing on a big inventory of 85 Toyota cars and 19 truck models. Whether you're shopping sports cars, sedans, wagons, vans, or tough trucks, you're shopping value. Get Toyota value right here, right now. So make your deal and drive it home. See your Toyota dealer during this big open house sales event going on right now.
Back live at Arrowhead Stadium. We've got no score. We're in the first quarter, 6:10 to go, but the Jefferson City Jays are threatening inside the 10-yard line. And Zip, they have moved the ball very well.
Yes, it's been a precision-like attack, and as Jack was saying earlier, they've shown a lot of formations, a lot of different things they can do out of those formations.
They have confused the Sumner defense, and back they come. Fitzmaurice calling the signals. A lot of poise for a sophomore, and the give up the middle, no gain. Maybe about 1 or 2, so it'll be second down and goal.
Well, Mike, there was another formation, and Sumner alertly picked it up. The Jays went into an unbalanced line left, and Sumner made a quick shift, and fortunately, because there was a seam at the off-tackle hole, had they not made that move.
5:53 to go in quarter number 1, second down and goal for the Jays. They want to put it in the end zone this time. All that work, a field goal won't do them any good. Jimmy Green to the near side. He's split off. 3 men in the backfield. Man in motion. Fitzmaurice fakes the pitch up the middle to Sampson. It's a touchdown, Jefferson City.
Well, there are a couple of flags down.
Well, we've got a counter dive, a fake option pitch, and a counter dive to Sampson. And what was an apparent touchdown is now going to be called back with a penalty.
Well, there's a little laundry on the field. It looks like illegal motion on the play. A flag, and that will put the ball back at the 12-yard line, so that touchdown is erased off the scoreboard, and Jefferson City will have to operate at 2nd and goal from about the 12-yard line.
Big difference in situation. Now they had it down to the 6, and they ran the play they wanted, got it into the end zone. Now they're back almost to the 12-yard line, so it's going to change the offensive strategy a little bit.
Now, would this make a passing down for you, Jeff?
Well, it might be for me, but I don't know about Coach Atkins. I think Coach Atkins thinks he can run the football.
And he does just that. Sampson again up the middle, and he stopped at about the 7-yard line. Well, Sampson has been their workhorse on this drive, no question about it. And it'll be 3rd down and about 7 to go.
That was the misdirection they've run effectively twice before. This time the hole was not quite as big and closed faster. So now you get 3rd and 7. And an interesting call here. They, of course, want to get it in for the 6 points after starting this drive way back on their own 19-yard line.
Sampson has rushed 8 times for 52 yards. Not too bad for a first drive. There's a fumble on the play. Let's see. The ball is picked up at about the 5-yard line, and we are waiting the word from the referee. I think Jefferson picked up their own fumble. Fitzmaurice was on top of that ball, and so the field goal team will come on. And that's a shame when you're Pete Atkins and you've marched that far.
Well, it's going to be a real plus for Sumner, of course, when you can dodge the bullet, at least for the touchdown. And of course, the kick is not for sure until it's in there.
So it'll be a field goal situation. Number 33 for the Jays. This is Steve Bolkin. The kick, and it's blocked. It's blocked. Sumner blocked the kick, and so all that work was for naught. Sumner has really dodged a bullet. First, the touchdown is called back, and now they blocked the field goal. And so we are still scoreless. This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
No one likes to work through lunch, but last week I had to arrange the financing and insurance for Tom and Linda's new car. Lunchtime was the only time we could all get together. We worked out the financing and insurance right on the money. So today, they're taking me to lunch.
Beautiful. Personal service. At Shelter, it's a matter of personal pride. See Larry Henderson in Versailles, Cotton Vaughn in Fulton, or Becky Schnackenberg in Coal Camp. U.S. Rensit in Jefferson City is now able to offer you some outstanding buys on late-model used cars used as Hertz Rent-A-Cars. Choose from 1982 and 83 models equipped the way you want them, with air conditioning, automatic transmission, and cruise control. There are Ford, Chevrolets, Chryslers, and American Motors models, all purchased locally, rented locally, and maintained locally by U.S. Rensit. The tires are new or nearly new, and for a small additional charge, you can purchase a limited 1-year warranty on the powertrain. See them now at U.S. Rensit, 1513 Industrial Drive in Jefferson City.
Bulldogs and the Jefferson City Jays. Goose eggs on the board, 4:02 to play in the first quarter. And that's got to be a big boost for Sumner, Jack.
Well, Mike, anytime you can hold somebody out of the end zone on an initial drive like that, it gets that adrenaline flowing again. And, of course, now what Sumner hopes is that their offensive fireworks can get them out of that territory and down the field. We're going to see, of course, 2 of the more exciting runners in high school football, and Andre Holman and Anthony Stafford. In fact, Anthony Stafford has more yards rushing individually than the entire Jays starting backfield today.
Now get this, he rushes 9.7 per carry. That's almost a first time down every time he gets the ball. Man in motion, the give to Anthony Stafford. He breaks over the middle down at about the 12-yard line. So they're coming right at him.
Again, not very big, 5'8", 165, but as you can see there, he has the ability to slash, and he also has the explosiveness to take off and break it all the way.
Well,
now, go ahead, Jack.
I was just going to say the key word is right at him, because Sumner, although they've run a lot of misdirect, they've been very effective running right at people, and I would think you're going to see a lot of that out of Sumner today.
Sean Irons, their quarterback, only passed 88 times all year. Man in motion to give to who else? Anthony Stafford. He cuts around the end, along the near sidelines, knocked out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. First down for Sumner.
And there you saw the speed of Anthony Stafford. Not much of a hole. He just ran out around everybody and took off. We'll take a look at it again. Stafford with a handoff. Looking about at the tackle position, it was closed, and he just outran everybody, got outside, and turned it into a big gain. Anthony Stafford.
The thing I think that fools people on his running style is he's just such a smooth runner. He doesn't look like he's running very fast, but he gets up the football field very effectively.
1,600 yards on the air. This time it's Wesley Tolles, or rather, make it Andre Holman, and he gets out to about the 40-yard line. And Holman's another little guy, but he complements Stafford very well.
That he does. 5'5", about 155 pounds, a junior, and yet a very important part of this running attack for Sumner.
And he is the heir to Stafford's throne, because Stafford is, of course, a senior. Holman, just a junior. And he averages 5.8 per carry. Sean Irons, the quarterback. This time they give to Holman one more time, and he gets out to about the 44-yard line. Probably the best player on this Jefferson City J defense is Terry Walker, a linebacker, number 64, senior, 6'1", 210 pounds. And Terry Walker plays both ways, and he's a returning All-State player.
Yeah, he's an outstanding football player. In that early drive, he made some key blocks to get him loose. I think one thing we're seeing is Sumner challenging that offensive line of the Jays.
This is Wesley Tolles, and he'll bring it out to about, or make it Wesley Cooper. He gets across the 45, but there is a flag on the play. Plan a warm and cozy trip to Kansas City this holiday season. Reserve your room at the Radisson Hotel Mulebach. Enjoy holiday dining, dancing, and shopping. The Radisson Hotel Mulebach, a Kansas City tradition since 1916. And it's also the broadcast team's official residence here in Kansas City.
Going to be a hold against Sumner, and that's going to set the Bulldogs back. This offense we're watching, by the way, is an exact model of the Grambling offense. Eddie Robinson, the great coach down at Grambling, taught to Coach Walls in the 70s. 4 consecutive years, Larry Walls went down to Grambling for spring practice. He learned this offense from the master of the wing T, Eddie Robinson, and he's incorporated it at Sumner very, very effectively over the years. He still uses it.
There's Jeff City coach Pete Atkins, and what a job he has done through the years. Pete Atkins, the head coach, over 240 victories at Jefferson City. They give up the middle, no gain. That was Stafford, and he stopped at about the 30-yard line by Rick Knershield. Knershield, the senior, the nose tackle, 5'10", 206 pounds. So Mike, Jefferson City bearing down on defense.
Mike, I'm still trying to chart the Jeff City defense, but they apparently have made some adjustments today, and they've got it misaligned. And as soon as I get this one figured out, we'll get back to that in a moment.
There's Lawrence Walls, the Sumner head coach. Career record 114, 21, and 5. He won the state title back in 1982.
Well, there's Sumner's shotgun offense. 4 wide receivers to one side of the field. Jeff City well prepared for it.
Incomplete pass, and so Sumner will have to punt the ball. That was broken up by Jefferson City. Hezzy Johnson could not make the grab, and so Sumner will have to punt away, and I'm a little bit surprised. Sumner moved the ball very well all last week against Kirkwood.
Well, yeah, the penalty really hurt them. They had it 2nd and 5. They got the holding call that set them way back.
Kevin Marble to kick it. A nice high punt. Fair catch called at about the 35-yard line, where Jefferson City will take over 1st and 10. Brad Scribner made the catch. And so we've got no score here at Arrowhead Stadium. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
Bienvenue. Welcome. Welcome.
This fall, TWA's got great deals all over Europe, like London, with hotels as low as $10 a night and a car for a week free. Welcome.
Some things never change. Light still travels at 186,000 miles per second. Paper still burns at 451 degrees Fahrenheit. Water still boils at 100 degrees centigrade and freezes at 0. And of course, what goes up still must come down. Well, anyway, Grandpa's is the one discount store that's still a discount store.
Jack, the all-time Show Me Bowl total point record by both teams was set in 1982. Sumner, of course, right here at Arrowhead Stadium over Rockhurst, 32-22. That's 54 total points. I thought maybe that record would be in jeopardy today, but so far, no scoring.
Well, no scoring, but certainly a lot of offense. I think, interesting enough, in that first series by Sumner, what we saw was Jeff City well prepared for the misdirect, but maybe not really ready to handle a straight-ahead attack. So we'll see how that unfolds as the game goes on.
Sean Muff is now split to the left side. Fitzmaurice, the give to Sampson. Sampson breaks out to about the 40-yard line, and he'll be their workhorse one more time.
Well, Mike, they started out this series, as they began before, trying to attack that middle spot with a little misdirect, what we call a counter handoff, trying to get that linebacker to flow and to get back across the seam there.
Brad Fitzmaurice, the quarterback, we talked about his poise. Just a sophomore, he threw for over 800 yards this year and has yet to lose a game. As the Jefferson City Jay quarterback. Last week, Jefferson City in the semifinals knocked off Grandview by a score of 30-7. So they have been tough in the playoffs. Gain of about 2 right there. Steve Sampson on the carry. Stopped by number 9, Scott Mitchell, a senior, 6'2", 175 pounds.
Jeff City keeping it on the ground, and why not? They were very effective on their first possession, and now they've got it about 3rd and 3 here. They can throw the ball, though, and when they do, they will sometimes go with Steve Sampson, who usually lines up as a running back.
There's your yards rushing. Jefferson City 73, Sumner 40. And most of those 73 yards for Jeff City has come from number 11, Steve Sampson. This time it's Rockers. He'll get out to about the 45-yard line, a gain of about 2.
Looks like he's short, Mike.
Don't think they made it. Looks like, I'd say about a yard, maybe not quite that much. He was stopped by Darnell Robinson, the linebacker, number 72.
Mike, on the Sumner defense, a very busy young man so far today has been Wesley Tolles, the middle linebacker, only 5'6" and 160, a junior, but he's all over the football field. And in that situation, in short yardage, they had him as a down lineman.
Tolles is their leading tackler on the year, and he also has 6 interceptions. And that looks like the end of the first quarter. The end of the first quarter here at Arrowhead Stadium, and we've got no score. Jefferson City nothing, Sumner nothing, and this is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
The perfect gift for happy holidays at home. Flex Steel Room Saver Wall Recliners now on sale at Jefferson City Distributors. Someone special will love their beautiful comfort, and we have a wide choice, including rocker recliners. See them now at JCD. As well made as they are handsome, every one features Flex Steel's famous lifetime warranted seat spring. Jefferson City Distributors, open Wednesday and Friday nights till Christmas.
Come in, get together at the gathering place.
Jefferson City Distributors. Next time you pour your child a glass of the leading cola, read the label. Carbonated water, caramel coloring, caffeine, phosphoric acid. Virtually no nutritional value. Now, for about the same cost, reach for Central Dairy's 2% low-fat chocolate milk. Nature's soft drink with vitamins A, D, and C, minerals, protein, and a rich chocolatey flavor kids love. 2% low-fat chocolate milk. Brought to you by Nature and Central Dairy.
He has altered his defense quite a bit.
We're back live at Arrowhead Stadium, just about to start the second quarter of play. So far, 88 yards rushing for the Jefferson City Jays. And again, most of that work has been done by number 11, Steve Sampson. There's the total yards. Jeff City 88, Sumner 40, and there's a look at the Sumner Bulldog. Jefferson City to punt the ball. Stafford and Johnson away, and it's a squib kick. He shanked it. It'll roll at about the 35-yard line, where Sumner will start 1st and 10.
Only got about 19 yards on that kick, so that's a break for Sumner. They now start in pretty good field position. As you recall, their only possession in the first quarter started inside their own 5-yard line.
Anthony Stafford is a guy who could challenge Eric Bauman's 2-year-old record for Show Me Bowl rushing. Bauman rushed for 267 yards a couple years ago. Stafford also could rush or try for the record for touchdowns. 10 players have scored twice in a Show Me Bowl game, and there's Stafford up the middle, and he's plugged up, but a second effort gets him out to about the 38-yard line. Stafford, 2 years ago, scored 2 touchdowns in the Sumner State Championship, and that is the record for most individual touchdowns in a Show Me Bowl game. Stafford, 5'8", 165 pounds, a senior. When you're 5'8", 165 pounds, but you rush like he does, what kind of colleges come knocking at your door?
Well, I think Anthony Stafford is a major college prospect. Mike, he has a great quickness. He's a kid that could play special teams and help a football program in a lot of ways.
The fake to Cooper. This is Stafford over the 40. We've got a flag on the play. A flag on the play. A gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
Well, there again, we saw a version of their misdirect, and just like last time, we have a holding penalty on it, and again, the Jays read the play very well.
Sumner lining up with the wide splits at the line of scrimmage, trying to take advantage of their quickness, spread out the field, and give their scat backs, if you will, room to run. Very great quickness in the backfield for Sumner. All of their guys quick, especially Stafford, who can really break it. But this penalty, of course, going to hurt him, pushing him way back inside the 25-yard line.
There's the yards penalized. So far, Jeff City, 2 penalties for 10 yards, but Sumner has really suffered 3 penalties for a total of 35 yards. Scott Poole was held on that play, and Scott Poole has done a fine job at that Jefferson City defensive line. So it'll be 2nd down and 21, and Jack, I'm wondering, maybe we'll see a pass. Nope. Another handoff. This is Cooper across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. I guess Sumner's just going to keep it on the ground. He was stopped by nose tackle Rick Knershield.
Well, Mike, I think at this end of the field, down in your own territory, a lot of high school football coaches like to avoid the pass. I think that what you're concerned about here is not turning the football over, keeping your football team in good field position, and with Sumner's speed, any given play, they can break and they can get the 1st and 10. I think we've got to be very patient if you're Sumner, and wait for the opportune time.
It'll be 3rd down and 18. We're in the 2nd quarter. No score. Jeff City and Sumner, 10-10 to play before halftime. Sean Irons will throw it this time to the airwaves, dialing long distance over the middle. Lawrence Hill was his man, but he overthrew him. And so Sumner will have to punt the ball one more time.
Lawrence Hill is their big threat as wide receiver, but it's tough to throw in the 2nd and 21, the 3rd and 18 situations.
Although Zip, they did a good job of protecting him, and in fact, Lawrence Hill was open going down the seam. The ball was just a little overthrown. That was a well-thrown football, but just a little too strong.
Kevin Marble will punt the ball for Sumner. Awaiting it, Brad Scribner. The punt is very high, but not much distance. Sumner should be able to cover it up pretty well, but it's in their own territory at about the 42-yard line. And so Jefferson City will have terrific field position.
Mike, a lot of pressure on the punter. The last time these two teams met in 1976, Jefferson City blocked 4 punts, and it looks like that they're bound and determined they're going to do that again.
No score here at Arrowhead Stadium. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
There's an insurance agent who can offer protection for your car and for your home and for your family from the company that provides real value in car insurance, low-cost homeowners insurance with inflation coverage, and life insurance for your individual needs. Your State Farm agent can protect them all with one name you can trust.
I want a more efficient kerosene heater.
I want one that's cleaner burning.
Meet the amazing Toya Stove Double Clean Heater. It makes a clean break with the past because it has 2 heating chambers for double clean burning. A cleaner, more efficient kerosene heater from the world leader in kerosene heaters. Toya Stove. A clean break with the past. Now at these dealers.
Back live at Arrowhead Stadium, no score, 9:54 to play, 2nd quarter. You know, Jefferson City is going for the sweep today. Yesterday, Jeff City Helias won the Class 4A championship. for the 23-13 win over Joplin Parkwood. Brad Fitzmaurice, the sophomore quarterback, calling the signals. We got Jimmy Green split to the right. Vic Rockers in motion. Fitzmaurice, the give to Sampson, breaks across the 37 to about the 40-yard line. He was stopped by Wesley Tolles, Sumner's leading tackler, and as Jack said, he's been all over the field.
Well, Mike, that play was their outside veer trying to run off tackle quick against that Sumner defense, trying to shut the linebacker down, but couldn't handle him.
This is the 8th appearance for Jeff City. Their 5th championship game. They, of course, won 3 straight championships in 1976, 77, and 78. And, in fact, beat Sumner in 1976. Fitzmaurice to pass. He looks over the middle, and it's complete to Jimmy Green, knocked out at about the 28-yard line. Green took it along the far sidelines. 1st and 10 for Jeff City. And in the break, Jack, you said they were going to throw the ball.
I think Pete's got great field position and will throw the football down in here. A well-conceived play. He sent Sampson out of the backfield and ran deep, ran the defender off, and got Green open on the sideline.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Jeff City at the Sumner 30-yard line. This is Sean Muff, split to the right. Again, 3 men in the backfield. The pitch out to Sampson, and Sampson breaks across the 25 to about the 24-yard line. Boy, when they want some yards, they go right to number 11.
Yeah, he's their bread and butter player. Ever since they made the switch at midseason with Fitzmaurice going into quarterback, Sampson has become the leading ball carrier. You know, the Sumner defensive secondary plays off the ball an awful long way and really did react very well on that play because there was a lot of distance between the ball carrier and the secondary when he got the ball. They reacted very well.
It'll be 2nd down and 4 for Jeff City. We got 8:23 to play in the second quarter. No score. 2nd down and about 4 yards. The pitch to Sampson across the 25, and he falls down at about the 21-yard line, but we've got a flag on the play. Looks like a holding call against Jeff City.
Mike, they ran a quick pitch then, and the tackle pulling to make the block on the end got a little piece of the defensive end, and it's a tough break for Jeff City, but a fortunate one for Sumner.
Zip, you got to like the poise of the sophomore quarterback, Brad Fitzmaurice.
He's running the team as if he's been doing it all his life. He just doesn't make mistakes. He fakes well. He pitches the ball well at the right time. Pete Adkins has been quoted as saying that he reads the defense extremely well for a quarterback, and that, of course, one of the keys to the wishbone or any variation off the wishbone.
There's the yards rushing. Jeff City with 91. Sumner with 46 so far. And Zip, you'd have to think that Pete Adkins can sleep well at night knowing he's got Brad Fitzmaurice for another 2 years.
That's right. He's got some future ahead of him. As they say, where else would he have his future?
Jimmy Green is split out to the right. 2nd down and 17, and Fitzmaurice will go to the airwaves, put it up to Sampson, but he couldn't quite get it there as the rush was on.
Yeah, that great pressure out of the left defensive end that time, and Jay Latchson, I think, tried to run the play to the backside and just didn't have enough time to get that ball away.
He had Sampson open. It was a good thing Sumner did for Sumner that they did get the pressure on the quarterback because Sampson had an opening and maybe a little running room after he caught the ball, hadn't gotten there.
Yeah, he had some real estate in front of him and probably could have gone all the way. So we got 3rd down and 17, another passing down, but Fitzmaurice will go for it. Play action. He tried to get over to Sampson. Sampson couldn't quite get there, and it'll be 4th down coming up for Jeff City.
Well, Rodney Foster just made Brian Miller just made a fabulous defensive play. He laid off until the ball was thrown and came in front and got a piece of it. Did a nice job in the defensive backfield position.
One of the other games played yesterday in the Show Me Bowl, the Class 1A saw Rockport defeat Appleton City 7-6. Rockport living up to their advanced billing as a great defensive team. Other games today following this one, Heidi 10-3 plays Knobnoster 11-1 in the 2A game, and Berkeley 10-2 goes against Lexington in the 3A game at 6 p.m. The punt taken at about the 5-yard line, fumble in the end zone, touchdown Jeff City.
Well, that's a very unfortunate play for the Sumner Bulldogs, Mike. Fumble. Fumble on a play on a ball that maybe we should have let it go and go into the end zone. I think one of the things all high school football coaches tell their punt receivers is know where you are on the field when you receive the punt.
Well, the fumble, and it was picked up by Jeff City in the end zone by number 63, Paul Taylor. And the Jeff City Bulldogs are quickly in front now, 6-0. But wait,
Mike, we waved it off. What they're ruling is a touchback. We're going to have to get the officials' interpretation, but apparently they're ruling a touchback.
Now, how can they rule a touchback?
Well, I don't know. Unless they're ruling that the receiver did not have control of the ball and it was not a fumble. If it's a muff and rolls into the end zone, just bounces off his hands, that's a right call. But if it truly was a fumble, and I'd like to see that replay once more, let's take a look at that.
Now they're going to call it a touchdown.
Well, okay. See it one more time.
We'll see the catch, and I think he had possession.
Well, he definitely had.
And there he goes.
He was running with the ball.
No doubt. And the officials did change it back and righted the situation. It is a touchdown.
I want to tell you that that Pete Adkins came walking out on the field when they signaled touchback because he was going to have a word with the referees on that one. Anyway, it's 6-0 Jefferson City. It is a touchdown. We've got that straightened out. And so we will try now for the extra point. This is Steve Bolkin, the kicker, a junior, 5'9", 150 pounds. Tried a field goal a little earlier, and it was blocked. Now the extra point, it is up, and I think someone might have got a hold of that one, and it is good. Looked like that might have been deflected, but it goes through the uprights, and so Jefferson City now leads 7-0 with 7:39 to go in the second quarter. This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
The House of Bargains folks take a special hometown pride in bringing you the very best buys for Christmas. And this year, HOB is proud to present one of the best Christmas shopping selections ever. That means there's no need to run from store to store. Everything you need is at HOB. The best name brands in toys, housewares, clothing, hardware, electronics, sporting goods, footwear, and of course, the lowest prices. It's true again.
Nobody does Christmas better. House of Bargains has it here.
On the West End and Highway 50 from Jeff City.
This is the perfect time to get a head start on your Christmas shopping for next year by opening a Christmas Cash Club account at the Exchange National Bank. You know, my mom always had a Christmas Cash Club account. She would set aside a small amount each week, and at Christmas time, she'd have the money to buy gifts for our family. Isn't that right, Mom?
Open your Christmas Cash Club account now. Make deposits for 49 weeks, and Exchange will make the 50th installment for you. The bankers to see are at ENB.
Return. I think one of the difficult things in punt receiving is when you're back there all alone and you have to make those judgments without any assistance. An awful lot of people will put two people back there just to communicate whether or not the ball should be handled or not. It's just...
You think Byron Miller should have just let that ball go?
Well, no, I think Byron Miller did what he thought he should do. I mean, if he had hindsight like we have up here, he probably would have let it go. But he's probably made that catch many times and made big plays out of it.
Yeah, we have a slight advantage. No one's coming at us. The kickoff, and it'll be picked up by Andre Holman, who tries to cut right up the middle, and he's finally dragged down at about the 36-yard line. Holman almost broke that.
He just about got through, and if he had gotten by that last couple of tacklers, he would have been gone about 70 yards.
There's a look at your Sumner offense. We haven't seen too much of them with Jefferson City on the field so much. Ronald Pointer is their tight end. The split end is Lawrence Hill. Hill is the best split end on this Sumner team and is known for getting open quite often. Sean Irons, the quarterback. The give to Holman, getting out to about the 40-yard line.
Andre Holman has been the leading rusher for Sumner during the playoffs. They've gone to him an awful lot in that straight-ahead attack, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it a little bit more. Now, one thing that Jefferson City wants to do in this ball game is they want to take that running game away and get Sumner in a passing situation. They want to see if Sean Irons can throw the football when he has to throw the football.
Well, that's exactly what they did the last time. This is Holman one more time across the 45 to about the 47. He was stopped by Terry Walker, the linebacker number 64.
In case you're wondering, Sumner does send in all its plays from the sidelines. Coach Larry Walls, the head coach, is the man who calls the plays. He will alternate usually his tackles and sometimes his tailbacks, or his wingbacks rather, to call those plays.
Andre Holman, 5 rushes for 27 yards. We got a second down and 7. Irons the give to Holman one more time, and he is brought down by about 4 or 5 men. Of course, forward progression got the first down.
You know, as high school fullbacks go, Andre Holman is not a giant of a man. At 5'5" and 155, he uses great quickness and speed to attack that line of scrimmage.
There's Larry Walls sending in the play this time. He sent the play in with the right tackle, Lamont Tolliver. He is 293 pounds.
We will talk to Larry Walls at halftime as we cross midfield. Gain of about 2. Andre Holman on the carry. It'll be second down and 8 for the Bulldogs. And they're just coming straight up the gut.
Now, Mike, I don't think Larry Walls is going to go away from his game plan quite yet. I think pre-game there was a lot of discussion about the strength and size of the Jeff City defensive linemen and the quality players they are. And I think that Larry Walls has decided to test his linemen against theirs.
The give this time to Stafford, and he's cut down at about the 46-yard line by 64, Terry Walker. Another play by Terry Walker, a great defensive player. We now pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
This is KRCG, TV 13, Jefferson City.
3rd and 4 for Sumner. 5:05 to play, second quarter. Jefferson City in front 7-0. The reverse. This is Wesley Cooper. He comes up the middle, gets across the 45 to about the 43-yard line.
Well, there was the misdirection. We've seen it before, and we're going to see it again. But Jeff City doing a pretty good job defensively, stopping the ball carry short of the first down. Now we've got it 4th and 1. Coach, what do you do?
Well, I think in this situation, I would be punting the football and forcing Jay to handle it in my own territory, but that isn't what Larry Walls wants to do. Larry wants the ball, and he wants to put points in the scoreboard.
So they're going to go for it. 4th down and 1. Big play for Sumner. 4:25 to go, second quarter. They give up the middle. It's the first down. No question about it. The carrier, Andre Holman, Jr., 5'5", 155 pounds, and they're not only working Stafford, of course, they're working Holman.
And I think we can see why Larry Walls is on the field today and while I'm up here in the press box. Larry Walls knows what his offensive line can do.
Jack, let's see it again.
Got a great offensive surge. Left side of the line really did handle the Jefferson City defense.
So Sumner will operate 1st and 10. The ball's on the 40. Another misdirection. This time it's Stafford across the 40 to the 45 to the 35. He's going to go. He's going to go all the way. It's a touchdown, Sumner. But hold on. There is a flag on the play. And once again, it looks like a touchdown will be called back.
Wow.
Well, Mike, I'm sure Larry Walls is wondering what's going on because of the 3 misdirect plays he's run today. That's been the most successful one. But on each misdirection play, they've had a holding penalty.
And so that's exactly what it is, a holding penalty. And look at this. Sumner, who thought they had a touchdown, is now reeled back all the way into their own territory at about the 47-yard line.
Penalties have really played an important part in this game. Jeff City had one called back, a touchdown call back. They had another drive stopped inside the 25-yard line. And now Sumner apparently breaking one, and they're now back in long yardage.
First down at 23. They give to Stafford, and a gain of about 1, maybe 2 on the play.
Even though that touchdown was called back, you got a chance to look at the brilliance of Anthony Stafford, who made that run himself, came to the right side, and lightning quick, slipped to the left, cut it back across the grain, against the grain, and went all the way. So Sumner, of course, hoping that's going to happen again without the penalty.
There's the yards penalized. Jeff City 3 for 23, but look at that statistic for Sumner. 4 penalties for a total of 48 yards, and it has really hurt them. Irons will throw the ball, looking for Lawrence Hill, and again he was wide open, but again Sean Irons overthrew him. And Jack, I gotta wonder, when you don't throw a lot, that's gotta hurt you.
Well, of course, it could be a lot of things involved in this situation today, but he's thrown very effectively at times, and he's probably pretty keyed up. And when you're keyed up in a ball game like this, you tend to put a little extra in that football.
3:12 to play, second quarter. As you can see, Sean Irons only throwing the ball 88 times all year. His completion percentage just 34%. He'll throw it this time. Coming out this way, oh, no gain at all. Great play by Jeff City.
Jimmy Green over there, and a great play. They were trying to set up the screen on the left side, but he would see no part of it. Maybe make that Tim Beck, number 91, making the play. Had he not been there, Sumner did have the screen set up on the left side, and it possibly could have broken it for long yardage.
Tim Beck with a great read on defense. And so it's Kevin Marble on to kick one more time for Sumner. And there's the boot, a little bit better this time. Still not a lot of distance, but it'll roll off of Scribner, and he's brought down. Oh, fumble. Picked up. And Sumner's going to go for a touchdown. Lawrence Hill will take it in for a touchdown, and what do you know? Jeff City gets a break, and now Sumner gets a break, and it's 7-6, Jeff City.
Well, what a great hit put on the receiver down there. We couldn't pick up his number, but the fact of the matter is he had a little trouble handling the ball, and when he made his turn to go upfield, someone really smacked him in the back and turned that ball loose from him. We'll see it right now. Number 40.
I think number 72 made the hit. Number 72 being Darnell Robinson, 5'9", 175 pounds. And then Lawrence Hill taking it in for the touchdown. And now Sumner with a chance to tie. And what do you know? No laundry on the field on that play.
Well, I think interesting enough, the turnovers have played the key role here, and turnovers on the kicking game. You know, coming into the game, there were some questions, I think, on both sides about the quality of the kicking game, but the kicking game hasn't been the problem. It's been the return game. The specialty teams back there have created the problem for both ball clubs.
2:26 to play, second quarter. And now it's 7-6 Jefferson City, and Kevin Marble will be on to try to tie the game. And I'm wondering if perhaps these guys will go for the extra point.
Well, one of the things...
the two-point conversion.
One of the things, Mike, over the season is that Sumner has been far more adept at going for 2 points than they have in kicking the ball. And, of course, most people would be satisfied to tie the game right now and go back to an even situation. But it wouldn't be surprising to see Sumner go for 2 points. They're very effective down here.
Turnovers so far, one each, and both went for scores. Now, we talked about Anthony Stafford's nose for the end zone. He has scored 24 extra points this year, and guess what? They're going to try it again. Look for number 24 to get the ball. No, they're not going to make it this time. They are not going to make it. That was number 28, Andre Holman. Shows you what I know. Holman is stopped, I'd say a yard short of the end zone. And so Jeff City still leads it 7-6. No question, Lawrence Walls wants to go for it all. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
More than telephone service, the Southwestern Bell Network is the messenger of the information age.
There are more than 1,000 7-Eleven stores in our automatic teller system, and we needed a digital network to efficiently handle transactions. We went with Southwestern Bell Telephone. Now we have a system we can all bank on.
To put information into motion, call Southwestern Bell Telephone. We're online with the future.
Where are the prices on furniture, television, stereos, and appliances really low?
Schweigingle, that's where.
You've heard about us, but never come by. Now's the time to see St. Louis's oldest.
Don't go through a high-priced finance company. Schweigingle, the king of credit, will give you credit to suit your needs.
And you name the terms.
If you've been turned down or rejected, try our friendly financing.
Schweigingle, we say yes.
At the corner of Union and Natural Bridge.
Back live at Arrowhead Stadium. There's your score. Jefferson City 7, the Sumner Bulldogs 6. Lawrence Walls going for it all, trying the two-point conversion to take the lead, and it failed. Kevin Marble is your kicker. He will kick off to Jeff City, and Brad Binkley will await the kickoff. 2:26 to play in the second quarter. Your impressions so far, Jack?
Well, of course, two high-powered offenses and showing a lot of offense, but really the key of the ball game has been the turnover. The two turnovers lead to touchdowns, and then the penalties that hurt both clubs. Somewhere we've got to get one of these clubs settled down, and this is going to become quite a football game. It already is, of course.
Binkley takes it out to about the 22-yard line, where he's stopped by Wesley Tolles, and what a game number 43 Wesley Tolles is having. He's just all over the field. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for Jefferson City as they try to march one more time from left to right. 2:22 to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10. The ball's on the 22. 7-6. Jeff City in front. They've got the ball. Sophomore quarterback Brad Fitzmaurice on to call the signals. Sean Muff is split out to the right side. Jimmy Green to the left. One man in motion. That's Steve Sampson. They give up the middle to Rockers. Gain of about 2. And so it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Mike, as we mentioned names as we go along here today, we're mentioning the names of an awful lot of underclassmen. Both of these clubs have underclassmen in key spots. Of course, both clubs have underclassmen of quarterbacks in a big ball game, but Sumner has a very young defense that's handling, I think, very well. They're starting to play a little bit better as the game goes on.
And the clock is moving. 1.5 minutes to play, first half. 7-6 Jefferson City leads with the ball. Another jump shot there by Brad Fitzmaurice across the middle to number 82, Brad Binkley. And it should be a first down for Jeff City. It is.
Well, this is a difficult pass to defend, and particularly with one linebacker. It forces the one linebacker to try to cover an awful lot of zone in there. And what they're doing is forcing him to go to one side of the field and simply throwing it back where he came from.
Now just a minute to play in the game, or in the first half rather. 7-6 Jefferson City in front, and they control the ball, and the clock is still running. Fitzmaurice, the give to Sampson, breaks across the 35 to about the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a version of the draw out of the wishbone to Sampson. A very good play on this situation. But I think we can look for Jefferson City to begin to put the ball in the air. I think with less than a minute to go, there's no doubt that they'd like to get something on the board if possible.
Remember to see your yellow pages for the State Farm agent nearest you. State Farm, a big supporter of Missouri State High School athletics. Timeout on the field right now with the score Jefferson City 7, the St. Louis Sumner Bulldogs 6. And you're wondering what Jeff City's strategy would be at this point. Just 39 seconds to play. Will they want to just run the clock down and go into the locker room happy with that 1-point lead?
I kind of doubt it. I think Pete's going to try to do something here if he can to get himself in position. I think one element of the game, or one aspect we haven't seen yet that I think we can anticipate, is that we'd all recognize that that Sampson, the converted quarterback, is back in the tailback spot and has the ability to throw the ball. On several instances today, they split him wide, and Sumner giving him a big cushion. I would think that we've got that Jeff City has something where he can get the ball outside and then throw down the field. I think we look for double pass. We better be prepared for the halfback pass in this situation, but I really don't think Jeff's going to sit on the football.
There's a look at Jeff City's head coach, Pete Atkins, a great football mind. His career record, look at that, 291, 52-4. That is unsurpassed in the state of Missouri. What a job he's done this year with this young Jay team as well. Jefferson City Jays have been here before. They have been to a state championship. In fact, Atkins won 3 straight in 76, 77, and 78. And so, the Jefferson City Jays come up to the ball. 39 seconds to play, second quarter. They lead it 7-6. Fitzmaurice, the quarterback. The give to Sampson. Sampson will break out to about the 42-yard line where he's brought down there. A gain of about 4 yards on the play, and they did just run the ball. 32 seconds now as the clock stops.
Yes, they did run the ball, and they came with a reverse to Sampson, trying to get the outside reverse going, but Sumner was having none of that. Very good defensive reaction out of Sumner all day long in all the plays, but I think they're getting tougher as the game goes on. I think this Sumner defense, young ball club, coming in this big ball game is now settling down, and I think it's going to be an interesting second half.
When you and I talked before the game, we talked about Sumner's vulnerability as far as passing goes? Jefferson City able to pass the ball, you thought?
Well, I think Jefferson City has the ability to pass. Sumner has shown some vulnerability in their semifinal game against Kirkwood. They allowed 235 yards passing, but of course they scored 35 points and had a big cushion. But some people think that you can throw the ball underneath the coverage, and that also that you can operate the screen passes against them. But as you can see to date, Jeff City has had success running, and unless Sumner changes that, you're not going to see the ball in the air too much.
This is Fitzmaurice, the fake to Sampson. He's going to throw the ball, but there's nobody open, and he is corralled at about the 36-yard line. He was hoping to get Jimmy Green open on the near side, but Jimmy Green was well covered by number 6, Eddie Barnes. And so 21 seconds to play in the second quarter, and Jeff City now with 3rd down and 4, the ball on the 42-yard line.
Well, you know, one thing about the passing game is that another aspect of that pass defense is that forward rush. And right now, Sumner's defensive line are coming off the ball very quickly. They're picking up the pace, and they do have great speed. And if Jeff City doesn't adjust to that speed, that is, make a mental adjustment that it's coming, they're going to give Fitzmaurice fits back there.
Check that down. It is now 4th down and 9, and Jeff City will punt it away with 21 seconds to go in the half. This is Mark Charlton with a pretty good punt, the best punt of the game. This is Byron Miller going back. He receives it at about the 15 and steps out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. 13 seconds to play in the second quarter. Now, what does Sumner do? What's their strategy?
Well, I think the strategy here simply is to let the clock run, go back at halftime, and make your mental adjustments and get ready to play, because it's going to be an interesting second half for both ball clubs. They've both settled down now. They've made their share of mistakes. I think both coaches are going to address that subject at halftime and come back and see if we can't put this thing together a little differently.
Sumner comes to the line to scrimmage to give to Holman, who breaks off across the 20-yard line, and he's brought down there, and the clock is running, and it will run out. At the end of the first half, the score, the Sumner Bulldogs trailing the Jefferson City Jays 7-6. We're going to go down to Zipra Zepra, who is talking with the Sumner head coach, Lawrence Walls. Zip.
Coach Walls, both scores in the first half coming on turnovers. Your offense so far not able to put the ball in the end zone.
Well, we've been able to put it in the end zone. They took it out. We scored one, and the flag came up. Every time we get the football, it's a 15-yard penalty. You know, they calling us for all kind of things. But the second half, we'll come out and we'll try and play better.
It seems some of your penalties have come on the misdirection. You've been getting the holding call.
Right. On the misdirection, we've been getting the holding call. On the dive, we've been getting the holding call. So it really doesn't matter what we do. We seem to get a call. You know, the flags have been flying one way today.
Anything you'll do differently in the second half?
We're going to come off the football and block people.
Thank you, Coach Walls. And that's the story of Coach Walls. Back up to you, Mike.
All right, Sid, thank you very much. 7-6, Jefferson City on top of Sumner. This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
Hey, Ronald, know what time it is?
It's a good time to downside with Ronald.
Time for our tennis match? Nope. Time to start buying Christmas presents. I'm giving you-know-who a Ronald McDonald Digital Quartz watch. They come in red or blue, tell the time and date, and have a great-looking face. Thanks. And what's more, each time you buy a watch for a special low price at McDonald's, you donate part of that money to your local Ronald McDonald house. Thanks.
Before you buy the new Michelin XA4 all-season radial, remember, every XA4 has 20 million miles of testing behind it to prove it performs like a tire designed for the rain and like a great handling highway tire. And to prove it keeps on performing mile after mile after mile. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Available at Jefferson City Oil Company, 1611 Christie Lane in Jefferson City.
Ribeye steak, $5.39 a pound. Jumbo shrimp, $7.99 a pound. But look, a Lee Thornton Pontiac Fiero, just $4.73 a pound. For a Lee Thornton GMC truck, only $3.08 a pound. Oh, sure, hamburger is cheaper, but can it do 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds? At Lee Thornton Pontiac Honda GMC, you can get the car or truck you're looking for. And I guarantee you, no baloney.
Why are these people so happy? They're taking a big snip out of the IRS. You can too. Just open one of Central Bank's individual retirement accounts before April 15th, and you can save up to $1,000 in taxes. Your investment is tax deductible. Your earnings are tax deferred. Then you can be a happy Central Bank tax snipper too.
The Missouri State High School 5A Finals, the Show Me Bowl. There you can see it, Jeff City in front of Sumner, 7-6. And so far, both scores, Jack, have been created by turnovers.
Yeah, they played a big role in the ballgame. The 2 turnovers, of course, that led to the touchdowns have been the key. And then the other key factor have been the penalties. Stopping a touchdown by Jefferson City and holding down good drives by Sumner. They've been very difficult situations for both ball clubs.
Let's take a look at that first touchdown. On the punt, you're looking at Mark Charlton making the punt, and watch what Byron Miller does, Jack. Byron Miller does catch the ball. For a while, we weren't sure.
He looked a little hesitant whether he wanted to receive this ball inside his 10-yard line, but he does make the catch, and then, of course, he gets stripped away, and we've got a touchdown in the end zone.
And Jeff City converted the extra point, and so they score 7 points. Then Sumner came back. They got a touchdown, also on a turnover. They tried for the 2 points, but it was no good, and so we stand at 7-6. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
What if that apple a day doesn't keep the doctor away? Will your health insurance really help? Or will medical care costs eat it up too fast? If you want a free review of all your coverage needs, check with State Farm. To find out how healthy your health insurance really is, see a State Farm agent now.
I want a more efficient kerosene heater.
I want one that's cleaner burning.
Meet the amazing Toya Stove Double Clean Heater. It makes a clean break with the past because it has 2 heating chambers for double clean burning. A cleaner, more efficient kerosene heater from the world leader in kerosene heaters. Toya Stove. A clean break with the past. Now at these dealers.
It's a busy world we live in. It can take your breath away. When the going isn't easy, there's an easy going way.
Welcome to TWA, to a business class with more space and comfort, to a flight with more from each of us to you.
So relax and catch the feeling. Take off and get away. You're gonna like us, TWA.
When you shop at Grandpa Pigeons, you're likely to run into some people you wouldn't expect to find shopping at Grandpa Pigeons. People who can afford to shop anywhere they want. But for their everyday shopping, they choose Grandpa's. Because they know that it's what they buy at Grandpa's that makes it possible for them to buy what they don't buy at Grandpa's. Grandpa's, a one discount store that's still a discount store.
Back live at Arrowhead Stadium, Jays leading the Bulldogs 7-6 in Zip Rzeppa. I got to wonder, a lot of people thought this was going to be a very high-scoring game. So far, just 7-6.
Well, Jeff City, as you know, averaged over 31 points a game. Sumner averaged over 38 points a game. We thought we might see the fireworks, but the defenses have played very well, and mistakes and penalties have hurt drives.
As we talked about it in the other break, so far, both touchdowns created by turnovers. Let's take a look at the Sumner touchdown, scored by number 86, Lawrence Hill.
This is a tough catch for the return man. Hit him on the shoulder pads, but he did get control. The fumble was caused by Darnell Robinson, number 72. He whacked the ball carrier. The ball popped loose. It took the basketball bounce right to Lawrence Hill, and Lawrence Hill, with that outstanding speed, loves to be in this position. Nobody was going to catch Lawrence Hill as he went into the end zone, and it was high-five time for Sumner as they got on the board for the first time this afternoon.
Were you a little surprised this early in the game that they went for the 2-point conversion?
Not really, because as Jack said earlier, they usually go for 2. They often go for 2, and their percentage is higher making the 2 than it is making the 1.
So we are set 7-6. The Jays still in front, and we will be back in just a moment. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
More than telephone service, the Southwestern Bell Network is the messenger of the information age.
We needed a fast, reliable way to get the news to our new printing facility miles away. So Southwestern Bell Telephone installed the most advanced data transmission system available. High technology isn't news to them.
To put information into motion, call Southwestern Bell Telephone. We're online with the future.
Here's value news for car and truck shoppers. Your Toyota dealer's open house sales event is going on right now. His doors are wide open, and he's dealing on a big inventory of 85 Toyota cars and 19 truck models. Whether you're shopping sports cars, sedans, wagons, vans, or tough trucks, you're shopping value. Get Toyota value right here, right now. So make your deal and drive it home. See your Toyota dealer during this big open house sales event going on right now.
I want a more efficient kerosene heater.
I want one that's cleaner burning.
Meet the amazing Toya Stove Double Clean Heater. It makes a clean break with the past because it has 2 heating chambers for double clean burning. A cleaner, more efficient kerosene heater from the world leader in kerosene heaters. Toya Stove. A clean break with the past. Now at these dealers.
Insurance is puzzling sometimes, but your State Farm agent can put it all together for you. The best value in car insurance, low-cost coverage for your home, life insurance, coverage for your health. Everything fits together when all your family insurance needs are served by one person, your State Farm agent.
We're back live at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City at halftime. Jefferson City leading Sumner 7-6. Earlier today, we had the chance to talk with Steve Reller, the executive assistant of the MSHSAA. That's a mouthful. Let's roll that interview right now. Steve, let's talk first about the history of the Show Me Bowl. This only its 6th year in existence.
That's correct, Mike. 6 years with it all together at one site. We started back in 1968, 17th year of the playoffs, but the first few years, separate sites around the state. 1979, we brought them all together, 4 games in one day at Busch Stadium. St. Louis, we went 3 years in that format, 4 in one day, really doing well. 1982, our schools decided that 5 classes is what they wanted in football and voted it in that way. We tried 2 years of 5 games in one day. We felt comfortable with it the first year, but the second year it became very obvious that the schools it wasn't right to be playing football at 9 o'clock in the morning. We were playing from 9 in the morning till almost midnight. We felt in best interest of everybody to go the format we have this year. 2 games on Friday, 3 on Saturday. Of course, the weather's cooperating quite well this year here in Kansas City versus the rain we had 2 years ago.
Now, you talk about cooperation. A Kansas City school did not make it this year, and you're playing at Arrowhead Stadium. How big a blow is that as far as attendance goes?
We won't know that really until later on. The first day, we hit right on where we expected. Yesterday's attendance, we were hoping for right at 7,000. We hit 6,800, almost 6,900 people right on. We're hoping to get right at that 18,000 mark today for a total. So we're looking at adding 12,000 on or 11,000 on today with it. We don't think it's really that blow. We think that 2-day format, we think the fact that it is a statewide event, that it is of statewide interest, that's why we rotated 1 year in Kansas City and 1 year in St. Louis. We feel like it's not going to really hurt us at all. Obviously, if you have teams that are just along down and out from the stadium, it's going to help. But when it gets right down to where attendance, you're looking at the difference is a record attendance versus the attendance that we expect. That's a difference.
And at least they're very vocal.
That's correct. The teams who were here yesterday and the fans followed them. The Jeff City Helias came in, the Crusaders came in with their fans. They filled up one side of the stadium and just followed their team and cheered them right on to victory. The other side of the stadium, Joplin Parkwood, did the same, and you wouldn't have known it was not local teams playing the way they followed them.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Our halftime activities will continue in just a moment. This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see.
Don't miss Tiger Fashion's Big Creek Christmas sale going on now. Terrific savings of up to 40% off their regular discount prices are available in every department. Blouses, blazers, even leather coats offer Tiger Fashion's traditional fine quality at wonderful prices. There are big savings in the bridal department, too. Bridal gowns, bridesmaids' dresses, and cocktail gowns are all on sale. So hurry down to Tiger Fashions for the great pre-Christmas sale. You'll be glad you did.
Have you ever wondered if it's better for you to lease or own a new car? Well, it depends upon several things, such as depreciation, miles driven, funds available, and so on. Let Kevin Brown of James Motor Company explain this to you, because now, for the first time in automotive history, General Motors will lease direct to you through its agent, James Motor Company. You can lease any General Motors car of your choice through our company up to 48 months. You even make your payments direct to General Motors, the largest automobile corporation in America. So see us at James Motor Company for leasing.
Like a lasting relationship, planning a solid financial future requires time and attention. You want a plan that will work for you today as well as tomorrow. Choose the Jefferson Bank Individual Retirement Account. A savings plan for the future, a tax shelter now. Isn't it time you made the Jefferson Bank IRA part of your financial family?
Because Christmas is special, and because he's special, shop for his gift at Kaplinger's Clothing for Men. A quality gift of clothing lingers on long after the tinsel is only a memory. Suits, sport coats, shirts, sweaters, socks, or ties, the selection is wide, the quality excellent, and he'll love it if it comes from Kaplinger's Clothing for Men, downtown Jefferson City.
Arrowhead Stadium, there's your score. The Jefferson City Jays 7, the Sumner Bulldogs 6. And let's take a look, Jack, at some of the statistics for the first half. One statistic that you have to look at is the turnovers. 1 and 1, but both those turnovers turned into touchdowns.
Well, obviously as critical as can be, because on the kicking game, which is always critical, anytime you kick or receive the ball, the game is in the balance, and certainly nothing could pointed it out more vividly than the 2 turnovers we've had today.
Yards rushing, not too drastically different. Jefferson City 94, Sumner 71. But look at the yards passing. 30 for Jeff City, -7 for Sumner.
Well, yes, Sumner's only tried to throw the ball 3 times, and of course the one completion they had was on the attempted screen that Jeff City did smell out pretty effectively. I think the other factor in the game has been the penalties. The number of penalties are fairly equal, 3 for Jefferson City, 4 for Sumner. But Sumner's have been more critical because they've been the 15-yard holding variety, which set them back and took away nice runs, and of course took away a touchdown run by Anthony Snadford in the second quarter.
Individually, the leading rusher in the game is Sampson, Steve Sampson of Jefferson City, 69 yards, 12 rushes. His longest run was 18 yards. He also scored a touchdown that was called back. Sumner, on the other hand, their leading rusher is not Anthony Stafford. He's Andre Holman. 9 attempts, 43 yards. Stafford, 7 for 33.
Well, that follows the playoff picture, however. Andre Holman has been the leading rusher for Sumner in the playoffs, and of course Mike Sampson has been the leading rusher for Jefferson City. That hasn't changed at all. I think both coaches got here in a particular manner, and we're going to see the second half of them to continue the style of play that got them here, and that's by taking the ball and running it at folks and using the pass as an alternate means of moving the football.
Passing-wise, Brad Fitzmaurice, the young sophomore, a couple of jump shots, 3 completions in 5 attempts for 28 yards. Meantime, Sean Irons, 4 attempts, 1 completion for a loss of 7 yards. Zipper Zeppa is now standing by with the head coach of Jefferson City, Pete Atkins. Let's swing it down to him right now.
Coach Atkins, first half, both touchdowns coming on turnovers, both teams with touchdowns called back. Will the mistakes continue?
I hope not. It was a good first half, good defensive ball game. Like you said, we made some mental errors.
So it's anybody's ball game at this point. It ought to be a great second half.
You moved the ball extremely well your first possession, then not quite as well the rest of the game. Will you make any changes for the second half?
I think probably we'll do a better job the second half. Hopefully in there we're going to sustain our blocks and cut these people off. They're getting us for a 2 or 3 yard gain, and it's simply because we're not staying with the blocks.
They're taking the wide splits, running the misdirection, but you've been able to contain them offensively with your defense.
Overall, we're real pleased at this point in there, the way we, contain them, but certainly they're so dangerous, so explosive. Why we got to do a better job the second half.
All right, Coach Atkins, Coach Pete Atkins of Jefferson City. Mike, back up to you.
All right, Ziv, thank you very much. You know, the Missouri State High School Football Championship game has become a television tradition statewide. The MSHSAA and the followers of high school football want to salute our Missouri television stations bringing this important event across the state for the 3rd consecutive year. KTVI, Channel 2 in St. Louis, KMTC, Channel 27 in Springfield, KHQA, Channel 7 in Hannibal, Quincy, KBSI, Channel 23 in Cape Girardeau, KRCG, Channel 13 in Jefferson City, and KSNF, Channel 16 in Joplin. Now, this Class 5A state championship game is being brought to you by State Farm. For all your family insurance needs, life, health, home, and auto, see the State Farm agent nearest you. By Toya Stove. Go with the best. Toya Stove, the #1 manufacturer of kerosene heaters in the world. By Southwestern Bell Telephone. We're online with the future. By TWA, the #1 airline to Europe. TWA flies nonstop to more cities in Europe from the U.S. than any other airline. By Grandpa Pigeons, the one discount store that's still a discount store. And by Toyota, for America's #1 selling import cars and trucks for sensational service and genuine parts. Nobody else, dollar for dollar, stands any taller than your Missouri Toyota dealers. The second half kickoff is coming up after this reminder from your local sponsors. About ready to go with the second half of football here at Arrowhead Stadium. Jefferson City will be kicking it off. Anthony Stafford is deep for Sumner. The score, 7-6. Jefferson City in front. What do you look for in the second half?
Well, I look for both clubs going back to their basics. I think Coach Atkins had an interesting point at halftime, Michael. He said that they went in and made a mental adjustment to stay on their blocks better and to do a better job of execution. And that's what this game is all about. Fundamentals are going to win or lose this football. You either execute and win, or you break down and the game goes to the other fellow.
Byron Miller picked up the kickoff, got it to about the 35-yard line, and there's your Sumner offense. A big front line. There's the backfield. Sean Irons, Cooper, Holman, and Stafford. They are tough. And so we are underway with the second half of football. When this half is done, we will have crowned a 5A state champion. They give to Stafford, gain of about 1, maybe 2, and they're going right down to the ground. Taking a look at the Jeff City defense, there's Scott Poole, Burris, Knershield, Charlton, and McLaughlin. Paul Taylor, Walker, Sampson, Binkley, Scribner, and Beck.
Mike, I think this is particularly a big drive for Sumner. All coaches want to make that mental adjustment at halftime, and now you want to see how the kids convert that into their physical effort. And of course, on the other side of the ball, as we can see by the Jeff City effort, Jeff City wants to make that great defensive play and stop the Sumner attack right now and get that ball so they can see and test that defense again.
And that's just what they're doing. Stafford stopped, no gain, so it'll be 3rd down now and about 8, and it could be a passing down for Sumner. This is exactly what Jeff City wanted to do, Jack. They wanted to put Sumner in a situation where they had to put the ball in the air.
Now, they do want to test them. They do want to see if they can force them to do things they're not typically capable of doing.
Fumble, but I think Sumner's Sean Irons jumped on his own fumble, and so Sumner will have to punt the ball on their first possession in the second half. Yep.
Looking to gain the momentum here in a tight ball game, looking to get it going and put the next points on the board.
Kevin Marble will punt the ball for Sumner.
Big rush.
nearly blocked, and he got a very high pop fly behind the second baseman, and this ball will roll to about the 43-yard line. Just a very high punt, but it was really all he could do with that rush.
I'll tell you, that's about the third time that Jeff City has just missed blocking a punt. And they're going to keep coming, no doubt. And they were lucky to get it off. Not much yardage on the punt, though. As you said, very high and short.
So we've got 10 minutes to play in the third quarter, 1st and 10, and Jeff City will work the ball. Fitzmaurice, 3 completions, 5 attempts for 30 yards. 2 of those, of course, the jump shots that we talked about. And he's going to come out passing, throwing on first down. Wanted Jimmy Green, but tried to hit Sampson at about the 50-yard line, and the ball was just underthrown. Jimmy Green trying to get free at about the 40, maybe even the 35-yard line. They would have to dial long distance to hit Jimmy Green, but he was covered.
Well, Mike, on that play, Jeff City again showed us another formation. They're in a power set now with their backs to the right side, and Sampson leaving his left halfback spot, lining up as a slot to the right. And of course, Sampson has been their leading receiver over the season. Not too surprisingly, the ball's going to him.
Sean Muff is split to the left side. Again, 3 men in the backfield to give to Sampson. He gets across the 50 where he's banged up by number 6, Rodney Foster, and he's brought down at about the 50, maybe the 51-yard line. Well, again, Jack, they're using number 11, Steve Sampson.
And a little misdirect. And again, Sumner getting great play on their defensive secondary. Rodney Foster coming up from his strong safety spot and making a super tackle on Sampson.
3rd down and 3 for Jefferson City. Jimmy Green is split to the left side. Rockers in motion. Fitzmaurice, the gift straight up the middle, and he'll be close to the first down. He should be close.
Looks like he's about a 1.5 short.
That was Scott Adamson just into the ball game. Or make that George Hunter. 29 carries, 113 yards. He was stopped by Jay Latchison. And I think they're, about a half a yard short of the first down.
Pete Adkins is going to go for it here. 4th and about a foot from the 47-yard line. Plenty of time left in the third quarter. But as we said before, both these teams want to get the next points on the board.
Well, so far for Jeff City, it hasn't been too much of a problem getting half a yard. The give up the middle, it'll be a first down easy. Jefferson City with a first down. Wait a second. Sumner is signaling that they've got a ball, and in that pile, the ball might have been fumbled, and apparently it was, because the referee signals that Steve Sampson fumbled the ball, and Sumner will take over first down at their own 44-yard line. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
Bienvenue. Welcome. Welcome.
This fall, TWA's got great deals all over Europe, like London, with hotels as low as $10 a night and a car for a week free. Welcome.
Here's value news for car and truck shoppers. Your Toyota dealer's open house sales event is going on right now. His doors are wide open, and he's dealing on a big inventory of 85 Toyota cars and 19 truck models. Whether you're shopping sports cars, sedans, wagons, vans, or tough trucks, you're shopping value. Get Toyota value right here, right now. So make your deal and drive it home. See your Toyota dealer during this big open house sales event going on right now.
Back at Arrowhead Stadium, 7-6, and Sumner takes over the ball. Let's take a look at it again.
Well, the safest play in football, just a nice dive to the fullback, and just a nice cover up here. He's got the ball in control, but suddenly with the contact level, we're going to see the ball pop loose. Ball stripped by somebody in there.
And there it is, the ball popping loose, and Sumner recovers, and they'll take over first down and 10.
It looked like Scotty Mitchell ripped that ball away. He's their strong safety. Does an outstanding job.
And Iron's going to pass the ball, and it's intercepted by Jimmy Green. Jimmy Green at the 50 to the 45, and he's down at about the 44-yard line, but we've got a flag on the play. We've got a flag on the play.
It was Chip Beck was the man who dropped back and picked it off, 91, not 81. And I think the flag was thrown after the interception was made. In that case, Jeff City will get the ball.
You're right. That was Tim Beck on the interception. A junior, 5'9", 165 pounds. And we have a penalty coming up on Jeff City. And let's take a look at it again, Jack.
Yeah, he had a great amount of time to throw. He faked the misdirect here and has all day to throw the football. But just threw underneath the receiver, and a great reaction by the defender.
And so Jeff City will take the ball on their own 30-yard line. And there's a look at Pete Atkins, the head coach of Jefferson City, who will now watch his team take over first down and 10. 8:09 to go in the third quarter.
Well, I tell you, Pete was excited about the interception, but he wasn't too excited about the penalty.
Quite a difference in field position, but he'll take the ball. On the action, Sampson is cut down. A loss of about 1, cut down by number 43, Wesley Tolles. And Jack, I'll tell you what, defensively, this guy is having one heck of a ball game.
Well, I want to tell you something. They faked the inside dive to the fullback, trying to freeze Wesley Tolles. They pitched the ball out to Sampson, Steve Sampson got good speed, and Wesley Tolles fights off the block and gets to the outside and makes the tackle.
Parker Distributing is proud again to be sponsoring this championship game. See the Toya Stove kerosene heater at your local authorized Toya Stove dealer. Second man through. He breaks across to about the 35-yard line. Again, stopped by number 43, Wesley Tolles.
Oh, I tell you, game being played here at Arrowhead Stadium. He's playing like Willie Lanier at that middle linebacker spot.
Well, again, I think we ought to point out he's 5'5", 150. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not right. He's 5'6" and 160 pounds. And I want to tell you, there's some people across from him who are just a wee bit bigger than he is.
What a job he has done today. So, Jefferson City operating 3rd and 5 from the 35-yard line. Man in motion. The pitch out to Sampson. Across the 35. He gets to about the 40-yard line. Nearly gets the first down. We'll have to wait and see where they spot the ball. He was stopped there by number 72, linebacker Darnell Robinson.
Well, that's a critical mark, but where that official's foot is right now, it would appear that he just might have it by nose of that football.
It looks like they're going to measure it. From up here, it does look like it'll be a first down for Jefferson City, and a nice second effort there.
Sampson, as we said before, is the guy they really want to go to, and he put forth tremendous effort after he was hit to drive toward that first down. And he made it.
So it's Jeff City, 1st and 10 from about the 40-yard line, and they'll operate from there. Let's take a look at first downs for the game. Jeff City with 7 first downs. Sumner with 4 thus far. Jeff City just getting that 7th, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Mike,
go ahead, Jack.
Excuse me, Mike, but Jeff City now getting into unbalanced sets a little bit more than they were before, trying to get their power offensive game going.
And speaking of power, Steve Sampson gets out to about the 45-yard line, and he took some people with him. But again, number 43, Wesley Tolles, was in on that tackle. Looks like there's a man hurt on the field. And with a timeout on the field, we can tell you that it's 7-6, Jefferson City in front. This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
You'll be points ahead when you join the winning team of Goodyear and Ewers Tires in Jefferson City. Stop by Ewers Tires for the Goodyear Tiempo, the original all-season radio with prices starting as low as $44 for the P155 ADR13. Great selection, great prices, and Goodyear quality. Join the winning team. The decision is yours. Ewers Tires, 111 West Dunklin in Jefferson City.
Loggy Evers & Company, certified public accountants, are proud to help bring you Helias and Jefferson City Jays championship football action. A full-service accounting firm, Loggy Evers & Company, offers auditing and business financial services. Other services include personal financial planning, tax preparation and consultation, and data processing. They can also help you select and install a microsystem. With offices at 1913 Williams Street in Jefferson City and in California, Missouri, Loggy Evers & Company is one of the largest full-service accounting firms in central Missouri.
The injured player, Darrell Poindexter, a senior for Sumner High School, made it off the field under his own power. It looked like he was shaken up. I think he got his bell wrong.
Yeah, it's an important factor to get Darrell back in the ball game. He's a good leader, a senior leader for the Sumner defense.
Second down and 5. Fitzmaurice loses the ball, but it looks like he hustled to pick up his own fumble at about the 46-yard line. Good work by Brad Fitzmaurice. He lost the handle, but then had the presence of mind to jump right after it.
The man who caused the fumble was Darnell Robinson, and he's the man that caused the fumble that resulted in the Sumner touchdown. Here comes Robinson, number 72, strips him of the ball, and the ball is loose. But as you said, Mike, a great reaction by Fitzmaurice to recover it.
Except, you know, one of the things about the wishbone that many people are concerned about when they run it is a turnover ratio. Although we haven't had many turnovers from Jeff City today, it is a high-risk offense.
Jefferson City staying on the ground, man in motion. That's George Hunter. Fitzmaurice to pass the ball, rolling out to the right side, looking over the middle. It's complete to Steve Sampson. Sampson gets into Sumner territory, down at about the 35-yard line. Big play for Jeff City.
Talk about versatile. Steve Sampson began the season as the starting quarterback. He's their top rusher in the last few games. He's averaged 25 yards of reception, and they go to him in the passing situations.
Well, we're going to see Sampson receive this ball after being the setback in the formation. A well-conceived play. They sent the left halfback in motion to open up the formation, send Sampson out of the backfield into the middle seam.
Jeff City now with 49 yards passing. Fitzmaurice, one man back. The give up the middle, and a gain of about 8 yards on the play. Number 35, Mike McCutcheon, in for the first time, his first carry of the ball game, and not too bad.
You can see the Sumner team trying to hold them off, and Jeff City clapping their hands after that play. The big pass to Sampson has got the adrenaline flowing, and Jeff City now trying to cash in.
The clock is running, 4:23 to play, third quarter. Jeff City in front, 7-6. It'll be 1st and 10, or make it 2nd down and about 4 now for Jefferson City. Man in motion, that's Sampson. Fitzmaurice, he's going to throw it again. Sampson along the far sidelines. He fumbles the ball, but wait, I think it's going to be ruled incomplete. It will be incomplete, knocked up there by Charles Nevitt, number 42.
Well, Mike, that pass really caught us all off guard. I think we're all sitting here looking at the 4-down zone that Jeff City's in, and Coach Atkins decides to come up throwing the football, and had the thing well conceived, the ball was just a little underthrown.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3 for Jeff City. And Jack, it looks like they might be going to the air a little bit here.
Well, he's got to do something against the Sumner defense. They did settle down, you know, in that second quarter, and they played a very, very tough brand of football after their shaky first start in the first quarter.
Fitzmaurice reads the blitz. Hits number 35. That's Mike McCutcheon, who is knocked out of bounds at about the 19, maybe the 18-yard line.
Well, they set the screen up on the right side. A great call, and it worked effectively. We'll take a look at it once more. The lineman on the right side, rush blocking and then peeling off. They've let the defenders come in, and there you see the blocker out in front. And a good block it was, and a nice, effective cutback. Now another block out in front, and the first down for Jeff City.
Mike McCutcheon on the reception. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Jeff City at the 18-yard line of Sumner. Fitzmaurice up the middle of Sampson. Sampson breaks off one tackle and is now brought down at about the 10-yard line.
Well, that time, Mike, they were very effective in faking the quick pitch to the outside, running the middle linebacker off, and giving to Sampson up the middle on the trap.
Well, Skip, I think you're right. The adrenaline is now flowing for Jefferson City.
That it is, but you got to give Pete Adkins a lot of credit. That offense now rolling, and they're showing him a lot of different things. The pass to Sampson, then the screen pass, now the fake pitch and the inside handoff.
Steve Sampson, 98 yards rushing on just 16 carries. What an afternoon he's had. We're working second down and about 1 for Jeff City.
Looks like he may be audibling at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it looked like he might want to do that little jump pass, but he was tied up. A good play by the Sumner defense. I think they read it all the way. Number 9, Scott Mitchell, the defensive back, in on the tackle.
I think it was an excellent example of Sumner's speed that time on their front line. They just made that nice penetration even before Brad Fitzmaurice could get the ball up in the air.
There's the end zone view. Third down and about 4. Again, they go into the wishbone. Fitzmaurice calling the signals. He's going to put it up, looking for a man. He's got Charlton, who's caught at about the 9, maybe the 8-yard line. And that would be a first down if indeed they spot it at the 8-yard line. Hit by number 42, Charles Nevitt.
Might be just a little bit short. Looks like we have a fourth down coming up, Mike.
Well, I think you're right. Looks like about a yard short of the first down.
Big play for the Sumner defense, and they've toughened up down there.
That they have the play coming in from Pete Adkins, and they're going to go.
They're going to go on fourth down. Big play for Jeff City in the wishbone formation. They give to who else? Steve Sampson, and he's going to be close. He's going to be close. The Sumner defense signaling that it's their ball, but his forward progression, depending on where they spot the ball, might have got to that first down marker.
They had to get to the 7.5, and that's about where they got to, so the spot all important.
You know, the interesting thing about the Sumner goal line defense is that it's their middle-of-the-field defense, except that their strong safeties, Scotty Mitchell and Brian Miller, they come up and play almost on the line of scrimmage, and that time Scotty Mitchell gave them a great surge.
And you saw it. There's the big first down for Jeff City. And boy, that might be the key of this game. Jeff City with the first down, and so they will operate first and goal from about the 7.5-yard line.
It's been an outstanding drive. Remember, it started after the interception in the penalty back at the 30-yard line.
First and goal. A minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Fitzmaurice up the middle to Rockers, and they get to about the 5-yard line.
Mike, I think this drive has shown us something interesting, and I think the respect that Jeff City has for the Sumner defense, in that although they've been moderately successful running the ball, they've gone to the pass to mix that thing up and to maybe keep that Sumner defense a little bit off stride.
Check that. I said Rockers carry the ball. It was Mike McCutcheon who gets inside the 5-yard line. Second down and goal. Less than a minute to play, third quarter. Fitzmaurice. He's going to take it himself. Quarterback option. And it's a touchdown, Jefferson City.
Great move, Fitzmaurice. He went right and slid it in there. Look at the excitement on the Jeff City side of the field now. They brought several thousand fans to this contest, and they are going wild on the far side behind the Jeff City bench.
Well, this 5'10", 160-pound sophomore shows a lot of poise as he comes up against this tremendous rush by the defense here. On the outside, they've got him contained, but he makes a nice break, cuts it back across the grain, and he's in for the touchdown.
And so it is 13-6 Jefferson City. Steve Bolkin on to make it 14-6 if he can get the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. It is good, and Jefferson City now leads the Sumner Bulldogs in the Class 5A championship by the score of 14-6. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
I want a more efficient kerosene heater.
I want one that's cleaner burning.
Meet the amazing Toya Stove Double Clean Heater. It makes a clean break with the past because it has 2 heating chambers for double clean burning. A cleaner, more efficient kerosene heater from the world leader in kerosene heaters. Toya Toya Stove. A clean break with the past. Now at these dealers.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So your agent is there to help. In the office and out in the neighborhood. With State Farm, the agent who sells you the policy also backs the policy with personal service. For all kinds of help with all kinds of family insurance, you can count on your State Farm agent.
Sumner will now receive the kickoff. I'll tell you what, they haven't had too much to do in this third quarter except play defense.
No, I think ball possession has become the key now. One way of stopping Anthony Stafford and company, of course, is that you don't give them the football, and that's exactly what the Jays did on that 16-play drive. They held on to the ball for almost the entire quarter.
This is Lawrence Hill on the kickoff, getting across the 35-yard line. Good second effort as he drags a man to about the 39-yard line. On that play, 16 plays, they ate up 7 minutes and 30 seconds on the drive, Jefferson City did, and they really controlled that third quarter.
That they did, and a well-conceived offense as they took it at Sumner using a variation of plays. And as Jack said, they did go to the air and did go to the air effectively. I think that was the key to the drive.
Well, I think there's little doubt that Coach Atkins knew that Sumner's going to come out charged up in that front line and come after him.
Gain of about 2 on that play for Sumner. 14-6 is the score of this game, though, very far from being over. Remember, if Sumner scores a touchdown, they still can score that 2-point conversion, and they can tie the game. Andre Holman on the carry. 2-1, and that will be the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Jefferson City 14, the Sumner Bulldogs 6. We now pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves.
This is KRCG TV 13, Jefferson City.
This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
Wrench TV's fabulous cash and carry sale is in progress. Tremendous savings on TVs, stereos, and video recorders. Purchase an RCA video disc player starting at only $259.95 and get a 10-speed, 27-inch bike free. The bike's a $199.95 value, and it's free with your disc player. But that's not all. As a special bonus, your first 20 rentals are free. This is just one of the unbelievable savings now at Wrench TV, 1003 East McCarty in Jefferson City.
Even life's simpler problems can become a little tricky, like starting a savings program. There's so many to choose. Passbook, IRA, money market, Now accounts. That's why you should meet with one of the friendly professional money managers at City National Savings and Loan. They'll help you design a program to meet your individual needs and bring your problems down to size. It's as simple as that. City National Savings and Loan, the growing place.
Back live at Arrowhead Stadium. Fasten your safety belts, everybody, because here we go with the fourth quarter. Jeff City in front of Sumner 14-6. And Zip, anything surprise you so far?
Well, during the week, Coach Larry Walls of Sumner told me people don't think we can throw the ball. We can throw it, but so far today, they have not proven that.
And, Jack, this looks like their gunslinger offense. Andre Holman gets the ball, and he gets to about the 50-yard line, which would be a first down. They sent three wide receivers out wide to the left side.
Yeah, he's installed this offense this year as a variable to his misdirect and try to put a little different kind of pressure on you. I'm a little surprised that Sumner hasn't tried to test the Jays secondary. The Jays secondary is made up of two sophomores and a junior among the four that are back there, a very inexperienced group of people, and but they have been successful running the football just by that effort, and here again, we've got a throwing formation set up.
Throwing formation, three wide receivers to the left side. Again, the give to Holman gets to about the 46-yard line.
by flanking those three men out way wide to the left. They're taking three of the defenders all the way with them, perhaps hoping that if they can pop Holman or Stafford through the line, there isn't going to be any secondary to stop them from going all the way.
Yeah, that's the widest running alley you'll ever see if you get through there, you know, and I think the point that we ought to make is that these Sumner backs, they can get to the end zone probably faster than you can throw the ball. They're that quick. They run extremely well.
Same offensive formation and the same man. Andre Holman breaks it loose, and he's just cut down. He lost his footing at about the 12-yard line, tripped up there by number 8, Brad Scribner, and he almost went all the way.
That was just what we were talking about. The three wide receivers, you can't see them here, but they've got three of the defenders. They pop Holman out of there, and there's that quickness you were talking about, Jack. Bang, he's through that hole into the secondary and just tripped up and lost his balance.
Wow, that's a great football player. That is the best play in football. Just take the football and run it straight down the football field. You can't go wrong with it.
And back they come. Holman this time stopped at about, I would say the 12, maybe the 13-yard line, maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
And again, they had the three wide receivers way out to the left side, so they're really turning it into an 8-man game of football.
Now, you've got to honor that, of course, because they have the ability just to reach up and throw it to one of those back receivers with 2 lead backs coming out of there, and you've got trouble if you don't cover that thing man-to-man on the outside.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9. Irons to put it in the air, throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, that was an excellent thrown ball, and a ball that looked like it was catchable. A lot of defenders around, of course, but he really put the zip on the ball.
Wesley Cooper, the intended receiver, it was broken up by number 63, Paul Taylor.
You gotta like that call, too. 2nd and 9. Now they're getting down into the area where it's tough to make yards, and they didn't try to run it again and run it again. They went right to the air on 2nd down.
And we've got a timeout on the field called by Jefferson City. They're trying to figure out what's going on with this Sumner offense. This set seems to be bothering them.
Yeah, it does, and I think the play call is bothering too. Larry Walls is an excellent calls. He's kept them off stride by throwing the football in situations where you might be running and running when you might be throwing.
Sumner is threatening, but they trail 14-6. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
More than telephone service, the Southwestern Bell Network is the messenger of the information age.
We needed a high-speed data link to connect the new computer center to our worldwide communication network, and we needed it in a hurry. Southwestern Bell Telephone's quick response put us online and on time.
To put information into motion, call Southwestern Bell Telephone. We're online with the future.
Do you know how hard it is to find a heavy-duty tube bender? None of the stores on our planet had one. Luckily, we heard about Grandpa Pigeons. They had one. And the other things we needed. Like this oil. Makes shopping a lot easier. And Grandpa's is really a bargain. Not like those discount stores on Mars that ripped us off.
Time for your oil change, dear. Ooh.
Grandpa's, the one discount store that's still a discount store.
It's worth the trip.
Back live at Arrowhead Stadium. There's your score. Jefferson City 14, Sumner 6. 3rd down and 9, and Zip, a big play coming up for Sumner.
Right, and we see Larry Walls coming off the field. In high school, the coaches are allowed to go into the huddles on the field during timeouts. And I want to tell you, it was an emotional Larry Walls who went into that huddle. He knows what it means right now because his team is down by 8.
There's your first down breakdown. Jefferson City, 6 rushing, 4 passing. Here comes a pass to the left side, and he's knocked out of bounds at about the 7-yard line, short of the first down.
You saw the athletic ability of Anthony Stafford there, making a fine catch and getting it forward for a gain. He is short of the first down, but that easily could have been an incomplete pass or a very short gain. He turned it into a substantial gain, although they did mark him out of bounds at the 8.
Stafford, 4 receptions for 77 yards.
That's only about the 4th time in the second half that Anthony Stafford has touched the ball, and I think the key to this ball game will eventually be to get the ball in his hands in some way.
4th down and 4. Got to be the biggest play of the game for Sumner. Again, that gunslinger offense across the middle, trying to hit Walls, and it was broken up. Change that, trying to hit Stafford. A good defensive play there by Jefferson City. Steve Sampson. Steve Sampson, who does such a great job for Jefferson City on offense, broke up that play.
As you call it, Mike, tremendous coverage. Just a little slant to Stafford, and Sampson came up very quickly to knock it away. It seemed to be pretty well thrown.
Yeah, I think Sean Irons is showing us that he has got a strong throwing motion. And what they did here was split the three receivers to the left side and put Anthony Stafford on the right side with single coverage. But Sampson wasn't buying it. He got his hand in there and did a nice job of knocking it down.
So Jefferson City will take over on offense with their backs up against the wall. They're on their own 7-yard line. They give to McCutcheon. He gets across the 10-yard line. And that's what Jefferson City is going to do deep in their own territory. They got to keep the ball on the ground. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do, you're going to see here is their handoff offense. They're giving it to the fullback, a little misdirection to Sampson, the tailback. But I'd be very surprised if you see the ball in the air, either by means of the pass or by the pitch on the option.
Second down and 7. Fourth quarter, 9:32 to play in the game. Fitzmaurice working the wishbone one more time. He'll take it himself, and a second effort might have got him maybe 3 yards on the play.
It is very important for the Sumner Bulldogs to hold here and get the ball back. As you said, Mike, under 9.5 minutes to go in the game now, and they trailed by 8, so they need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie, and they can't do it without the football.
Remember, the last time Jeff City had the ball, they kept it for 7 minutes and 30 seconds and marched right downfield and scored. And that's what they'd like to do right now, control the football here with just now 8:56 to play in the ball game. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for Jefferson City.
Well, if you're betting that Steve Sampson is going to carry the football.
And we've got a flag thrown. Looks like a delay of game against Jefferson City.
Well, that won't help the Jays.
Well, I tell you, there have been a lot of big penalties in this ball game, but this could be one of the bigger ones. You know, this sets us back now to 3rd and 9, and conversion factor decreases the rate of defer. I'll get that out in a minute. the rate at which you can convert it is commensurate with that distance, and I think Sumner would like nothing better to have the Jays punting the ball.
When you're up 14-6, you're deep in your own territory. Would you pass the ball on a 3rd and 10?
I don't think Pete Atkins will either. Quick kick.
No, a quick kick. And this one will just squib on down to the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. Doug Masick on that kick, and Sumner will take over with very good field position.
Mike, it wasn't a very good kick, but I think the biggest thing about the quick kick is there's just no return. No return on the ball.
Jefferson City leads at 14-6. Sumner will take over the ball when we come back. This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
Hi, I'm Bob Schulte, and I'm telling you, you've never seen savings like you'll find at Schulte's IGA this week. Through Saturday, our super special food feature buy of the week offers substantial savings. Come in to Schulte's IGA and see for yourself. You'll find dozens of special prices on things your family needs and uses every day. Check our ad in the Jefferson City News Tribune for even more savings. You'll also find specials posted in the store. But they're only good through this Saturday, so be sure and stop by soon. Schulte's IGA with 2 locations in Jefferson City to serve you.
Cash in on the savings at Ross. Save on Etienne Anier leather blazers. For men, leather jackets from London Fog and members only. Also, Aero shirts and solid sweaters 20% off. For her, a special group of warm robes from Vassarette and Vanity Fair. For children, it's health sex 20% off. Shop Ross, 10 to 9 Monday through Saturday. Sundays, 1 to 5.
Live at Arrowhead Stadium. 8 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the game. There's your score, 14-6. Jefferson City on top. Sumner has got the ball, and Jack, look what kind of offense they're going to run.
Yeah, they're going to spread them out all over the football field. Again, he wants to open up those dive lanes if he can.
This is Stafford with the carry. Gets across the 40-yard line to about the 38.
I think if the Sumner offense is ever going to do anything, this is the time that Larry Walls would like it to do something. It's very critical situation for him right now to move this ball down into good scoring position.
There's a look at your yards passing. Jeff City with 62. Sumner still with -2 yards passing. Total yards, Jeff City 205, Sumner 119. And Jeff City has done a terrific job in stopping Anthony Stafford.
And they stopped him again. Snowed under.
I'll tell you what, when we approach this ball game, we look for Anthony Stafford to really do a number on Jefferson City, but they have really tied him up.
Yeah, they've done a great job of defending the misdirect. You know, only once today has Sumner gotten the misdirect offense going when Anthony Stafford made the nice run that was called back because of a holding penalty. But typically on the day, they've been a very disciplined group. That is the Jeff City Jays defense, and stayed at home.
Interesting stat. 10 rushes, 33 yards. This is a guy who came into this game averaging 9.7 yards a carry, nearly a first down every time he got the ball. And he has really been tied up by the Jefferson City defense today.
Well, I think the other interesting stat, Mike, is the fact that he's only had the ball 10 times. You know, this is the leading rusher in 5A football, and he's only had the ball 10 times. Again, I think the key is to get the ball in that young man's hands some way.
Their workhorse today has been number 28, Andre Holman, the junior. Maybe he's thinking about next year. This is Irons. Big rush, fumble, picked up by Jefferson City. They'll fall on the ball at about the 45-yard line. He was hit by number 64, Terry Walker.
Well, Terry Walker blitzing in from his linebacker spot. We're going to see it here. He read that play, and they brought him from the backside linebacker, untouched, and a tremendous hit on Sean.
And Zip Irons never saw Walker coming.
He never did, and what a big play as the Jays now take over with an 8-point lead in less than 7 minutes to go.
6:55 to be exact in the fourth quarter, and the Jays take over on offense. Fitzmaurice, they give to McCutcheon across the 40, breaks out to about the 35-yard line before he stopped there by number 6, Rodney Foster. A big run by Mike McCutcheon.
Well, that was a tremendous takeoff by the whole left side of the Jeff City offensive line. They just ran off the ball and ran the Sumner defense into the secondary.
They could really put this one on ice if they just keep it on the ground and go in for a score. The clock is running. 6.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Jefferson City in front, 14-6. First and 10. The ball's on the 34-yard line. There's your sophomore quarterback. What poise he has. Brad Fitzmaurice. Again, it goes to McCutcheon. McCutcheon gets to about the 32-yard line.
You know, Mike, there's two things about that series. The series we're seeing, number one is Jeff City is in an unbalanced right with a wing left, which forces your defense, if you honor the unbalance, now you've got problems on the left side. And, of course, they're running at that right side of the Sumner defense, which is relatively young. A couple of juniors at tackle and guard, and they're trying to take advantage of that youth, I think, over there.
The clock is still running. 2nd down and 7, 5:50 to play in the ball game. Jeff City with the lead and the ball. The give up to middle to Hunter, and Hunter gains about 2, maybe 3 yards on the play.
And the Bulldogs of Sumner are really going to have to go after it on this play. 3rd down, they've got to get the ball back. However, the Jays are in 4-down territory, so they probably will have to stop them twice in order to get it back right away.
5:25 to play. The clock is running. We're in the fourth quarter. Jefferson City controlling the ball. They're keeping it on the ground. Mike McCutcheon now, the lone back. Sampson in motion. Fitzmaurice, the give to McCutcheon. He cuts over the 25-yard line, and I think he's got a first down. He was stopped there by Rodney Foster. Yes, it will be a first down for Jefferson City, and another big first down for the Jays.
Well, they may call for the sticks. If I was Sumner, I would say, let's bring in the sticks and see if they really made it. And the officials taking a look, I think they are going to bring in the sticks.
Well, from up here, it looks like there will be very little question about it. It looks like, from our angle anyway, that he's got the first down. I tell you, Mike McCutcheon did not play at all in the first half, and here he comes in the second half, and he's doing quite a number on this Sumner defense.
Yeah, he's excellent running back. And, you know, one thing, Mike, here we are well into the fourth quarter. And, again, Jeff City giving us a new formation, an unbalanced left, double wing with motion, and then trap in the middle with a fullback. They've quite a versatile offense. You know, people look at the wishbone as being a very simple-looking affair, but Pete Atkins has taken and modified it and given you a lot of different looks.
Well, it wasn't by much, Zip, but Jefferson City did get the first down, so they'll operate 1st and 10 from the 24-yard lines. There's the stats on Brad Fitzmaurice. 6 completions, 10 attempts, 62 yards. The give up the middle to Rockers, or maybe that was Sampson on the far side. He cuts across the 20-yard line. Steve Sampson on the carry.
And I think we should compliment Fitzmaurice, the sophomore quarterback, on some excellent ball handling on that play and throughout the game. He did fumble the ball once, but recovered his own fumble. Other than that, he's been flawless in directing that attack.
And they are eating up the clock. Just 4:27 to play in the game, and the clock is running. Jefferson City staying on the ground, now in the wishbone formation. Fitzmaurice, one fake, give to Sampson, up the middle. Sampson going to go to about the 1-yard line. I thought he might have made it over, but the referee will spot the ball at about maybe the half-yard line, and Jefferson City in great shape.
Well, there's no question the most valuable player offensively for Jeff City today has been Steve Sampson. 123 yards on 19 carries. What a game he has had. As we said before, started the season at quarterback and has become an outstanding running back for the Jeff Jays.
And keep in mind, this guy goes both ways. He plays defensive back on defense for this Jays team and has done quite a number on the Sumner offense. Every time they seem to pass the ball, there's Steve Sampson. 1st and goal, the ball on the 1. They give to McCutcheon. Touchdown, Jefferson City.
Well, Mike, on that series, interesting enough, as I mentioned before, Jefferson City just attacked the right side of that Sumner Bulldog defense. And then when they wanted the big play, they faked the play to that side, and then he came back. You'll see a little counter fake to the fullback going to the left, and here comes Sampson back right. We didn't get that. We got the touchdown, didn't we?
McCutcheon with the touchdown, and so Jefferson City now on top 20-6, just 3:43 to play. And Steve Bulkin will try for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And the score now, the Class 5A championship, it's Jefferson City in front by the score of 21-6. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
I want a more efficient kerosene heater.
I want one that's cleaner burning.
Meet the amazing Toya Stove Double Clean Heater. It makes a clean break with the past because it has 2 heating chambers for double clean burning. A cleaner, more efficient kerosene heater from the world leader in kerosene heaters. Toya Stove. A clean break with the past. Now at these dealers.
For today's families, life insurance to help meet today's needs and tomorrow's goals. For today's woman, who needs a life insurance plan of her own. For today's homeowner, to help pay off a mortgage and keep a home in the family. Life insurance for your way of living. Your State Farm agent can help you plan it today.
The score, Jefferson City 21, the Sumner Bulldogs 6. There's your time left in the game, 3:43. Remember that for America's #1 selling import cars and trucks for sensational service and genuine parts, nobody else, dollar for dollar, stands any taller than your Missouri Toyota dealers. Bulkin will kick it off for Jefferson City, and Sumner is going to have to work very quickly. This is Byron Miller, and he breaks out. He might go all the way, but no, he's tripped up. And I'll tell you what, he was pretty upset because he really had real estate in front of him.
Tim Beck just tripped him up. There's the scoring drive. Jeff City taking it in to go up by 15 points. But I was just thinking, you know, this Sumner team so explosive all season long. You can't count them out with 3:43 to go. And you saw why. Byron Walker just a shoestring away from taking it all the way for the score.
And a shoestring is right. They're going to pass the ball. Irons going to the left side, tried to hit Lawrence Hill, but it was deflected away by number 93, Scott Poole. Plan a warm and cozy trip to Kansas City this holiday season. Reserve your room at the Radisson Hotel Muehlebach. Enjoy holiday dining, dancing, and shopping. The Radisson Hotel Muehlebach, a Kansas City tradition since 1916, and it's also the official broadcast team's residence here in Kansas City.
This is a very unfamiliar position for Sumner to be in throughout the playoffs. They've been in control. They jumped on top of Hazelwood Central after an opening against Soldan, and then easily beat Kirkwood.
The pass goes to Anthony Stafford, and he is tripped up at about the line of scrimmage. He's tripped up at the line of scrimmage by number 82, their cornerback, Brad Binkley.
Mike, Jeff City has their version of nickel defense, and now they took Mike Poole out, or Scott Poole, their fine defensive end, and inserted another defensive back, trying to give him a little help in that secondary.
3 minutes, 7 seconds to play, a timeout on the field, and the clock now rolling. 3rd down and 11 for Sumner. Of course, they trail 21-6, so they're going to have to operate in a hurry. Irons will throw the ball one more time, and he is brought down by who else? Number 64, Terry Walker, and what a game he's had on defense. If Sampson is your offensive star, Terry Walker would have to be your defensive star.
Absolutely, what a game he's played. Jack, before the game, you said they wanted to force Sumner into throwing situations, and that's what they've done. And here they get another sack. The last sack resulted in a fumble, and Sumner, of course, saw Jeff City take it in from there.
Yeah, I think the Jeff City people picked up something in the blocking scheme where they thought that backside linebacker could get there, because Scott Walker, each time that Sumner's attempted to pass, he's been up in that backfield right now.
Well, this could be it. They tried the draw, and it's not going anywhere. Andre Holman is tied up, and Jefferson City will take over. 1st down from the Sumner 40-yard line, and that will just about do it. Just about do it.
And what a defensive performance by the Jeff City Jays today, facing an offense that averaged 38.5 points a game coming into this contest, and they have shut Sumner down.
And this, as we said, was supposed to be an offensive show. Jefferson City ranked only 31st in team defense in the state.
Well, I think some of that is, some of those statistics are misleading when you get in a game like this. In fact, you throw those stats out, and you go with the play of the moment. Of course, the play of the moment belongs to Jefferson City.
Wait a second. Fitzmaurice is picked off, and Sumner is going to get the ball again. That's Byron Miller.
Well, that call was hard to believe.
Now, why would Pete Atkins go to the air?
Well, they say that Pete will throw the ball anytime, any place now, and I think that's an example of it.
That isn't his son playing wide receiver over there.
Trying to catch him off guard, perhaps, but it seems a rather odd call with under 2 minutes to play. Now you've got the ball again when you're Sumner, and a chance, at least, to get into the end zone and then perhaps kick an onside kick.
Guess it just shows the confidence Pete Atkins has in his defense.
Irons flip it out here to Stafford. Stafford breaks off to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Breaks one more tackle. He might go all the way. Steve Sampson, the only man who can catch him, and he breaks off into the end zone. Touchdown. But guess what, folks? Guess what? There's a flag on the play.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer, it won't matter. Touchdown, Sumner.
A spectacular run by Anthony Stafford, and there you saw the brilliance of the All-Stater taking that short pass and really putting on an exhibition here at Arrowhead Stadium.
Jack, let's see it again.
Well, we talked earlier about getting the ball in the hands of Anthony Stafford. The key to the ball game is this young man must have the ball. I guess, it's never too late. You never say never in this game. Yogi Berra said it. It ain't over till it's over.
That's
and it
right.
Isn't over.
It isn't.
And they're going to go for the 2 points.
I think the question was, could Sean Irons throw? But he can throw well enough to get the ball out to Anthony Stafford in the flats. And when Anthony Stafford gets that ball one-on-one with anybody, in fact, he was about 1-on-5 then and made something happen.
Boy, this is a big 2-point conversion. They're down by 9, 21-12. If they make it, they're back in it at 21-14.
Well, people are going to be questioning Pete Atkins' call for a pass. Under 2 minutes to play, this Jefferson City team all but had this game wrapped up. Irons going to keep the ball, looking for a man, tried to hit Lawrence Hill, and it went through his arms, and it's incomplete. And so, Sumner cannot complete the two-point conversion.
Well, that's a tough situation, and he did have a man open, but he had to thread the ball in there awfully tight, and it just didn't get there.
It looked like he had some real estate in front of him that he could maybe have taken it in himself.
I think going back to that play with Anthony Stafford, I think we had an opportunity for people to see the kind of ability that young man has to catch the ball in the open field and get back across the grain, and then to set up the block downfield. I don't know that we caught that on the replay, but he set the final block up downfield and enabled him to get in the end zone. That's a mark of a great runner.
There's Larry Walls, the head coach of Sumner High School. I'm sure he would have liked to have seen Stafford get the opportunity to do that more often, but he's had a great season and a great career at Sumner. He's taken his team to the title game now for the 5th time. He played at Sumner in the 50s, began coaching in the early 70s. His defensive coach, Richard Perry, lives just 4 doors away. He says Sumner High School is a family, and he really believes that, and he believes his Bulldogs are an extension of that family on the football field.
And, of course, they might be the bridesmaid this year, but keep in mind it was just 2 years ago right here at Arrowhead Stadium when they beat Rockhurst to win the 5A state championship.
Interestingly enough, Anthony Stafford scored the first and last touchdown as a sophomore in that football game.
There's a look at the Sumner scoring drive. One play, 64 yards, all by Anthony Stafford. It took 16 seconds off the clock. 1:30 to play, 21-12, Jefferson City on top. What's the strategy now for Sumner?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that Sumner needs the ball, and you only have one choice now. You onside kick that, and with a 15-yard penalty attached to this, of course, you don't lose anything now. You want that football.
Kevin Marble with the kick. It's a squibber. And it is handled there by Jefferson City, no problem. Clark Frost handled the ball, brings it across the 20-yard line, and Jefferson City will get the ball, and they'll work from there with 1:27 to play in the game.
Something tells me they're not going to put it up here on first down again.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm a little surprised that ball wasn't squibbed down and an onside kick attempt, because you need the football. You have got to get the ball now. You have no choice but to get the ball and attempt to score quick and try to get it back in. You need 2 possessions to get back in this ballgame.
Well, Larry Walls is talking to the kicker, Kevin Marble, right now, and I think he wanted to discuss just what you were talking about. Jefferson City 21, Sumner 12, 1:27 to play. Jeff City will keep it on the ground, and Fitzmaurice takes it himself and gets to about the 25-yard line. I guess if you're Sumner on defense, the only thing you can try to do is strip the ball.
Yeah, you've got to tackle the football now. You've got to get hands in there and hope you can pull it loose. And of course, timeout factors become very important. And if I remember right, this is only Sumner's first timeout. They've got 2 left, so they can stop the clock and possibly force Jeff City into a punting situation. So they can perhaps handle the ball one more time today.
They do have 2 timeouts left. They'll operate with 1:01 to play. 2nd down and 8.
And there's Pete Adkins, the dean of Missouri coaches. He's won more games than any high school football coach in the history of the state. 291 victories coming into play today. The last 26 years of his 34-year high school coaching career with the Jeff City Jays. In 1958 to 1966, his teams won 71 in a row. That's the 3rd longest streak of all time anywhere in high school football. And what a job he's done, and they're on the brink of another title here today.
Zip, not only has he won 291 games, he's only lost 52 along the way. What an incredible percentage.
Zip, you were talking about Sumner being a family affair, but if you look across the stands there and look at the family that's in those stands up there, I think you'll find one at Jefferson City that'll compete with about anybody.
Well, the thousands that made the trip from Jeff City rejoicing together, no question about that, on the far side of the field.
Well, they played it safe. They gave it off to Mike McCutcheon, who has been about the safest player with the ball all day. He just cradles it and holds on to it, and you can't get around to it to strip it loose. So they'll operate 3rd down and 5. Less than a minute to play now as Sumner stops the clock one more time.
Well, I guess we've probably kick this dead horse around enough, but the fact is that the turnovers have been the key factors in the ballgame. The tough Jays defense and the forced turnovers have been the things that have made this ballgame where it is right now.
Jefferson City coming to the line of scrimmage. 56 seconds to play. Third down and 5, and we got a penalty. Jeff City will gain about 5 yards on that play. It looked like encroachment on the Sumner Bulldogs. 56 seconds to play, fourth quarter. The Jefferson City Jays in front of the Sumner Bulldogs 21-12. This is the 5A State Football Championship. And Zip, if you're Larry Walls, what are you thinking right now?
Well, I'm thinking first you're not going to give up, but really it's just about hopeless because they're very close to making the first down. I think you've got to be proud of your kids. The family concept, of course, is one that we've mentioned. And Larry Wall's a guy who's very close to his kids. He says at Sumner High, we're like big brothers to a lot of these kids, Coach Perry and the other coaches. I think that's very true. And win or lose, that attitude, of course, is going to remain intact.
Well, now it's 1st and 10. They'll pick up a first down with that penalty. Fitzmaurice again to McCutcheon. Gets across the 35-yard line. And again, another timeout called for Sumner. Now, Jefferson City is going to get the sweep. Yesterday, Jefferson City Elias won the Class 4A championship 23-13 over Joplin Parkwood, so a lot of people happy in Jefferson City today.
Well, Mike, Jefferson City, they like to refer to themselves as the capital of football in the Midwest. And maybe today they're going to brag even a little bit more. Maybe it's the capital of football in America today, as far as they're concerned.
51 seconds to play in the ball game. Jefferson City just trying to put this one on ice. They lead at 21-12. Jefferson City, of course, has the record for most consecutive titles by a 4A school or larger. 3. They won it back in 76, 77, and 78. So they do have a few trophies in their trophy case. And this will just be another.
Mike, you're wondering what's going through Larry Wall's mind, and one thing that I'm sure they'll go through Larry Wall's mind and many of his players is they'll be back next year because of their starting lineup. They've got 12 or 15 kids who play in this football team who are underclassmen, so I think they're looking forward to a return trip.
And it's the same story for Jefferson City. They got Brad Fitzmaurice not only coming back next year, but the year after that.
Yeah, I don't think coaches around the Midwest want to hear about that, though.
There's your clock running down. We're at 19, 18. The whistle blows. An official's timeout. We talked about it earlier, but I'll tell you what. Brad Fitzmaurice, a sophomore quarterback, he just started, I would say, mid-season this year. Started the last 7 games. They haven't lost one game since he took over the reins. And now he'll just lay on the ball, and that will be it. We're counting down here at Arrowhead Stadium. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Jefferson City Jays are the Missouri Class 5A State Football Champions.
Well, you know, Mike, going into the game, we had talked prior to the contest that we thought the play of the 2 quarterbacks would be key and critical to the game. And certainly Brad Fitzmaurice didn't do anything to disappoint his play, and neither did Sean have any problems, except that the strong defensive rush by the Jeff City Jays put a lot of pressure on him.
And so the final score, the Jefferson City Jays 21, the Sumner Bulldogs 12. This is the Missouri 5A Football Championship.
Now at Capital City Ford, 1985 Ford Escorts at a price you can afford. Get a 1985 Escort 2-door for just $56.95 or an 85 Escort 4-door for just $58.95. There are 50 in stock. You can take immediate delivery. Both the 2-door and 4-door models include front-wheel drive, steel-belted radial tires, and many other great features. Get the Escort you want at a price you like. Now at Capital City Ford, 814 Southwest Boulevard in Jefferson City.
Marcia,
You bring these in an hour.
I need some changes.
We can do it.
Whatever the crisis, it's great to have a friend like the Canon AP300 electronic typewriter.
Look, the page sets up automatically.
Change 12 to 14.
Simple.
I know the limo's waiting.
Almost done. Even decimals line up automatically. You made it.
We made it.
Oh.
For a more productive office, call Check Office Equipment in Jefferson City or Columbia.
Stadium, the Jefferson City Jays are the Missouri State High School 5A champions with a 21-12 victory over St. Louis Sumner. And if you had to pick stars of the game, Jack, I would have to say Steve Sampson on offense, rushing for over 100 yards with a little asterisk by Brad Fitzmaurice's name for the job that he did. And on defense, number 64, Terry Walker, the Jefferson City great linebacker.
Yeah, I would concur with that. I think those people certainly were outstanding today. But I think we ought to recognize both schools and the concept they bring in here to their football program. Both played outstanding. Just getting here is quite an accomplishment, and the manner in which they represented their schools was truly outstanding today.
Were you surprised at all that there was not more scoring? These two teams, Sumner averaging 38 points a game and Jefferson City 31.
No, not at all. I tell you, I would have been very surprised if we had a high-scoring game because they're both outstanding on defense in their own rights, and Jefferson City throughout the years has been known for its defensive play. And I think you get into a game like this, defense and the kicking game usually are the deciding factors. And that proved out to be this case today. Jeff City's defense and both teams making errors early in the kicking game set up the tempo of the game.
Another key was capitalizing on the turnovers, which Jefferson City did very well.
Well, that's correct. They didn't make as many big mistakes. I think the penalty factor was big for Sumner. It set them back. They had 5 holding penalties during the ball game, very critical to their offense.
Again, the final, Jefferson City 21, Sumner 12. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Missouri State High School Football Network.
Bienvenue. Welcome. Hello, welcome.
This fall, TWA's got great deals all over Europe, like London, with hotels as low as $10 a night and a car for a week free. Welcome.
Here's value news for car and truck shoppers. Your Toyota dealer's open house sales event is going on right now. His doors are wide open, and he's dealing on a big inventory of 85 Toyota cars and 19 truck models. Whether you're shopping sports cars, sedans, wagons, vans, or tough trucks, you're shopping value. Get Toyota value right here, right now. So make your deal and drive it home. See your Toyota dealer during this big open house sales event going on right now.
Back live at Arrowhead Stadium, and Zip Rizeppa is standing by with the winning head coach, Jefferson City's Pete Atkins. Let's swing it down to Zip right now. Zip.
Thank you very much, Mike. And Pete, another state championship. You guys went against an offensive powerhouse, held them to very few points, 6 points until the final minutes of the ball game. Tremendous performance by your defense.
Well, we're real proud of them. They've done a great job all year long, and the thing they did, I told you we had to at halftime, is stay at home, read your keys, not commit themselves to the misdirection, and I thought that they just did a great job versus their passing game. They held the Hill kid down, who's a great receiver. They put a lot of heat on the passer in their irons, and all in all, it was a great defensive effort. But we got to give a lot of credit to the offense, too. They did a heck of a job in sustaining their drives and eating the clock up.
After you got the fumble, after the quarterback fumbled the ball, after the sack, your offense took the ball and took it right in for the score to give you the big lead, the 15-point lead.
I think probably Sumner had a little bit of letdown there, but our kids, I think they knew that they could drive that, and then they had the ball game, and they just bowed their necks back, and then we just run hard-nosed football. That's about all there was to it.
Pete, I don't want to embarrass you, but you have done it all as a coach. 292 victories now, 11 unbeaten seasons, your 4th state title since the playoff system began. Is there any way you can express what this one means to you?
I think this one just means that I want to do it again. I mean, there's no other way to go but this way, and we hopefully that we'll get another opportunity one of these days, because it's a great experience for our community and a great experience for our young men.
Well, congratulations, Pete Atkins, and thank you for joining us. Congratulations to you and the Jeff City Jays on another state championship.
Thank you.
There it is, Pete Atkins, the winning coach. He takes home another state title to Jefferson City, Missouri, as the Jays prove best today. Mike?
All right, Zip, thank you very much, and our congratulations to Pete Adkins, as Zip said, his 292nd victory as a head coach here in Missouri. And what a great afternoon it was for him, another trophy for his trophy case. The final score, Jefferson City 21, Sumner 12. The executive producer of SNI Sports, Greg Marisek. The producer-director is Mark Phillips. Associate producer, Marella Whiteman. Assistant director, Rudy Guzman. Technical director, Kirk Wylep, and all the rest of the people who have been so kind and have made this broadcast what it has been. And thank you very much for joining us, Jack. Thank you very much, and thanks Zippers Up. I'm Mike Bush. So long, everybody.
be able to participate in this historic event. I know that I speak for the entire community of Jefferson City when I say to Coach Hinches, Coach Atkins, that they've done a job well done. I know that for the players and both coaches, this is a personal victory. And for the community, it is a victory and also a very mindful event. So without further ado, I would like to read a proclamation issued to both teams. Whereas the Jefferson City community has two outstanding high schools, and whereas these schools, Jefferson City Public Senior High School and Goliath Catholic High School to the community. And whereas both the Goliath Crusaders and the Jefferson City Jays high school football teams have had excellent years by winning state football championships in their respective classes. And whereas both teams represent the community well because of their outstanding abilities and commendable sportsmanship. Now, therefore, I, Craig Davis, President Pro Tem of the Jefferson City Council, do hereby declare on behalf of the Mayor, City Council, and the whole city that Sunday, December 25th, 1984, shall be known as Goliath Crusaders and Jefferson City Jays Day in honor of the accomplishments of all the fine people associated with these teams. So now I'll present to Mr. Reckers and Ray Hitches their proclamation. Proclamation. I'll now turn the microphone over to Mr. Rackers, who is principal and Goliath.
Again, to congratulate Ray Hedges and our coaching staff and our football team on a job well done. In fact, it sounds inadequate, I think, to say we are proud of them, but I think by now they realize that. The other thing simply is thank you to all of you people in the community who have supported us, not only this past weekend at the state, but during the entire season and in all of the endeavors at Goliath High School. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here this afternoon.
This time, I would like for our captains and the entire team to present to Mr. Rackers our first 4A state championship trophy. Also, I think a tremendous congratulations should go to both football teams. I think we in the Central Part, Missouri, proved one thing this weekend. Goliath Crusaders are the best 4A football team in the state. The Jefferson City Jays are the best 5A team in the football state. The support that you showed at Arrowhead, and I think we made an impression statewide this week. Thank you. Turn the microphone over to Marvin Fleming. Marvin. Thank you, Mr. Davis. We really appreciate your coming out to help us with this celebration. Congratulations, of course, again from me to both football teams, and particularly the Feet and the Jays. We think they're a tremendous ball team, and we think they really made a great showing yesterday. Elias did the day before. I'd like to particularly thank David Welch, the assistant principal of Elias, for really instigating this ceremony and this recognition. And he called me early last week. And then, you know, he was aware that this possibility might exist. We wanted to do a little planning, and he did most of the planning, and I wasn't so sure. I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, and I was afraid to really get involved. But he took the initiative, and it came out extremely well, and we're glad he did. And Pete, I'd like for you to present our trophy and make what remarks you want to our student body president. Thank you, Mr. Fleming. I wanted to congratulate Coach Hitchens, his staff, and the Elias Crusaders. On behalf of our football team and our spectators and Jay fans, we want to congratulate you guys for a job well done. I haven't seen your game yet, but hopefully I will get to see it here in the next few days. But certainly, we're very prejudiced in our state, Missouri, about our football programs. And as Ray said, normally people from the two cities, east and west, never think that really the outstate football is too great. I think this year this has been proven that we play pretty good football in outstate Missouri. And I would like to also thank our fans, our administration, you parents of these young men who played for us this year. You've done a great job. It was back in August on this same field that we made the first attempt towards this state championship and failed. At that time, it looked like it was going to be a long year. There has been a long year. But since then, it's been a lot of fun for the spectators, the players, our administration, and certainly the coaching staff that we are indebted to all of them. I would like to say at this time that I have been in the game a long time, and certainly the thrill never changes. It's great to be a winner. It's hell to be a loser. And there's only one way to go. And these young men on both teams here today, they paid the supreme price, or they wouldn't be champions. And certainly, it would be great if we had one great big football team here in Jeff City and not two, because we would be awesome, I know that. But that's not the case. But anyway, I know on behalf of our squad, they're proud of what the Crusaders did. And we just like to say that going over Board City Climax to the new scoreboard at this stadium that the Lions presented this year, to this fine day, and the great fun that we've had in the past 2 days. At this time, I'd like to have our tri-captains, Paul Taylor, Vic Rackers, and Terry Walker. The Class 5A Championship Trophy to Susan Job, the student body president at J.C. High School.
On behalf of the student body of Jefferson City High School, I proudly accept this first place trophy. There are no two other teams in the entire state of Missouri that deserve to be ranked number one than the Elias Crusaders and the Jefferson City Jays. Congratulations.
Number 11, a senior at 6 feet, 185 pounds, Steve Sampson. Number 10, a sophomore, 5 feet, 165, Brad Fitzmaurice. Number 8, a sophomore, 5 feet, 150 pounds, Brad Scribner. The head coach of the Jefferson City Kings, Pete Atkins. His assistants, Ron Cole, Dennis Whitmire, Mark Thomas, Gail Jones, Tony Coastal, Kevin Allen, Steve Johnson, and Corey The officials for the game today are referee Larry Serval of Kansas City, the umpire Kenneth Bradshaw of Kansas City, the linesman Dave Davies of Raytown, the line judge Dave Harris of Grandview. At midfield, meeting of the captains, number 24, and team captain, number 86, Lawrence Hill for the Bulldogs. For Jefferson City, number 34, Vic Rackers, number 63, Paul Tate. Thursday.